ahoy, and g'day once again to ye mateys! I be your querulous and whimsical DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me more trepidation than Elton John must have felt on the morning of October 11th, 1997, to welcome you back to Corsair's Cove and my Humblewood world for one more season of Midnight and Madness. With me, I have my hearty crew. Me with the floor show, kicking with your torso, Jack getting high, and the girls even more. So wave your hands if you're a roleplay man. Can I DM it? Yes, you can. I got Ellie B, you got Ro. We got everybody. I got the game, gonna play it on stream. It's time to kill a vampire. So let's talk about these lovely folks, shall we? Ellie B, who the absolute heck are you?
That guy's a monkey, right? Like a monkey sings that song?
Yes, I believe so now.
I've heard.
Yes.
Yeah.
With that segue, it's me, Ellie B. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. No. I occasionally stream and do stuff on my channel, but I also do stuff on other people's channels occasionally as well, including lovely Jack, who will introduce himself later, and of course here. Yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Love it. What are you doing in a nutshell? You need to get out of that nutshell. Jack, who the heck are you?
Hello, everybody. My name is Jack Squarepeg. You can find me on all the social media garbage with the same name, where I run tabletop RPG edutainment as well as the occasional video game potluck. Coming very soon will be episodes of Trouble Over Yonder, which will have Ro, who is in the show with us, and with its debut, there will be A Time to Harvest, which is set in Arkham 1930s. And if that sounds familiar to any Batman fans, it's because Batman ripped off the name from the Lovecraft mythos. It's also where the Necronomicon is stored in the Miskatonic Library, and I'm sure that won't come up. So you can check all of that out on my YouTube and or my Twitch on Jack Squarepeg. This coming Thursday, in the meantime, we are running an homage to the classic gangster film Goodfellas with the Call of Cthulhu adventure called Deadfellas. So come check that out at 7:30 p.m. AEST, where we will have Nephthys Nile, David Waldron, who was the author of the one of the last adventures that we played, published on my YouTube, which was called Chaos in the Chiapas, as well as some other special guests. Thanks for your support.
Terry says, "Ooh, Jack, why does all your stuff have to be so awesome?" I don't know. It's maybe because Jack's pretty neat himself. Nick,
I mean, it hasn't
H,
been released yet. Anything sounds good.
We'll find out.
It doesn't exist.
It'll probably be all right.
Just the way he says it sounds real good. Yeah.
Nick H, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. Ro, who the absolute heck are you?
Hi, I'm Roro. I'm a Perth or Bulu-based educator and theatre maker. You can catch me here, right now, which you have. Well done. You could also catch me over on Jack Squarepeg's YouTube channel on Trouble Over Yonder. And I've just finished up my season of Fringe shows, but if you want to check out my new production company, Roro Productions, you can check out when we're doing a remount of our show, hopefully coming over the East Coast sometime soon. And I just needed to share that I don't know if I've gone into a collection of the D&D like figurines, and this is as close as I could get to selling.
Put your hand in front of behind the mini. There you go.
So he's not quite a Selenox.
Is it an Aarakocra?
Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty close. That'll do.
Because someone gave me like the first 3 or 4 of the Lego D&D minifigures, and then I had to get them all.
Well, don't lie under my fucking chair then.
Yeah, because then you won't get any more minifigures.
Don't tell me what to do.
Sorry, I rolled my chair and the dog squeals.
Yeah.
So this may have happened to me
Dad?
over Christmas.
Ooh.
I know the one.
Please tell me you are building that.
Yeah.
Built, has done. He's
How long did it take you?
Oh my
about
god.
A day, like
Oh,
in
wow.
terms of man
That's
hours.
impressive.
Yeah, probably 7 or 8 hours. I'd have thought. It's 36 bags, of which nearly I think 10 are just the dragon. The dragon is one of the 4 books of instructions just on its own. It's huge. Like, come here.
Did you have any crying tantrums? I would have had several.
I did not, actually. The closest we came was when Siri knocked the entire thing over, and it shattered. But yeah, it is a dragon, and the wings flap, and the tail is fully articulated and does snap off sometimes. Yeah, it's not particularly. It's not really made to be played with. It is a display piece rather than a. Rather than a toy. But yeah, it's very cool. Apologize if anyone gets accidentally banned today. The cat won't stop walking across my laptop. Don't look so sad at me. You were sitting behind my chair. I always run it backwards. This was your fault.
But I don't remember things.
But Daddy,
It's definitely
I'm a dog.
Object permanence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely your fault.
Do your chair moves. I don't remember it moves.
Yeah. Pretty sure that's what happened.
Oh, Daddy.
Daddy, you
Aw.
ran my feet over. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
That
At
would have
least,
hurt.
at least Siri has forgiven you. Like, if I did that to
Oh, I'm
my
not
dog,
forgiven
he'd
yet.
be outside being like, "Fuck you!
Fuck you,
I'm
then."
not coming near you for the next 3 hours."
You ruined
bitch."
everything. I hate you.
You ruined
Birthday party today, so like she had a good day.
stupid bitch.
And I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D and other RPG-related games with my lovely wife Karen, the mother of bunnies, and all my splendid friends. Like these wonderful beans, I operate an awful lot in the Humblewood, like what we are doing this evening. This is our Humblewood Curse of Strahd crossover game. But then if you want more of the same or more of similar, then come back on Thursday night for the season finale of Elements and Evil, which is the other campaign running concurrently in the world. We were supposed to finish it last week, but there was just too much to get done, and they were fighting a massive dragon, and her name is Kekahai, and Kekahai is they've managed to not make her not cursed anymore, but now the curse has transferred onto this massive shipwreck, and then it's woken up and it's wandering around trying to stomp on them. So yeah, that's going well. It's going to be fine. And what else do I do? That's about it for the now. I'm going back to uni this year, so yeah, I'm busy.
Oh, did you sort it out? That's good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not
Yeah.
going to chat about that on stream, but I will hear about it later.
No, is going to be primary teacher. Yes, all sorted. So
Well, enough of us.
yes, because I know so many teachers and they all fucking love their jobs.
Yeah, it's definitely a great time.
I'm quite
Before we
happy.
go any further, we need to mention the Ukrainian people who are
Inspired.
having a bit of a shitty time right now. Ukraine is going through a war. It's not getting better. It's not ending. It's not finished. So if you do have any spare pennies in your digital wallet, please consider chucking them over at the Emergency Action Appeal, which goes to help people affected by the war, particularly refugees. It's a coalition of charities and not-for-profits that are trying to help the over 8 million refugees generated by that war so far. And so if you do have any spare pennies, good on you, you bloody champions. We are, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land which we are streaming from, which in my case is the Wajokununga and the Wurundjeri people. We pay our respects to the elders of the land we live on. We are privileged to be in a country with over 60,000 years of continuous culture, which includes a rich history of sharing stories just like this. I'd also like to remind you all to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you bloody champions. We have all the exclamation marks socials. We have a YouTube where you can check out all 180 episodes of Humblewood that are all
That's
up there
mental.
already, and it's a bit insane, isn't it? We're going to break 200 this year. It's I don't even know what to do, man. Karen has been in over half of them as well, which is even more wild. Karen is at 97 episodes herself.
We need more cash.
Mostly as Kesh. Actually, still the person who holds the record for the most number of episodes performed as a single character is Rachel. She's got Karen beat by 2. Yeah, I recognize some of
It
these
won't
fine
be
folks.
long.
Won't be long.
Yeah, it's very close. But, well, the season is just finishing.
Player.
So Kesh is about to go on a break 2 episodes shy of Rachel's record.
Oh my goodness.
Rachel,
should
if you
get
can hear
Kesh-
this.
Yeah, we should get
Just
someone to
saying.
come and visit us, and they can like just fight each other for like the lead.
Hello, I'm
like
here.
Karen
Technically,
Valaki.
goodbye.
Yeah, that
Terrace
kind of
says,
thing.
for episode 200, you
cameo.
should have try to have every single player. Terrace, firstly, that's over 30 players. Like there has been 30 players and 51 individual characters. Yeah.
So
I
we'd
need
be rolling initiative at the start of the episode just so people can get a chance to fucking talk.
Every player versus player at that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, do a lot of PvP. One of
I
the
mean,
players
it sounds
is
like
Terrace.
madness.
Yeah. What else do we need to talk about? We are affiliated with a couple of wonderful bunches of beans. Wooten Forge Gaming Accessories make beautiful things like this gorgeous Jarrah Dice Keeper. That's one half of it. This is the other half. The magnets that hold it together are really strong and groovy, and it holds 4 full sets of polyhedral dice, or 3 in a mini, and fits together nicely. You can even get it engraved like I'd have with my name on it in the corner. They did it for me all special like. Beautiful things. Check it out, woodenforge.com/Corsairs Cove, and we get a cheeky little kickback from any purchases you make, you bloody champions, because I don't shill, but I do have bills. We also are affiliated with Troll Lord Games. The wonderful folks at Troll Lord Games are creators of the Castles and Crusades system, and also the last publishing house for the great Gary Gygax, our Lord and Savior TTRPG DM. They're bloody champions. Check them out at trolllord.com. Now, I think it's a bit mean to ask one of you guys to do the recap, because, yes, you all remember very well what happened last time, I'm sure. But don't worry. Firstly, we did hit our follower goal on Thursday night. So, everybody has a full inspiration and D4, though most of you actually already did, but you now all do have an inspiration and a D4 bonus attached to you, which is good because practically the entire audience was tapped out of their channel points, so that was that. I need to do the recap. So the gang journeyed to Valaki last episode, looking for a Vistani that you guys had been told by the Toroka that he would help you, a Vistani named Aragal. They found him. They found the local Vistani camp in a bit of a flap, actually. One of their children had gone missing, and the leader of the local Vistani was being deeply unpleasant to the guy who was on watch at the time. You guys did sort of smooth things over and assisted in the locating of young Arabella. One of you, I imagine it was Smoothie, scried her, and found that she wasn't even that far away. She was on a boat on Lake Zarovich. Not a problem. Minor issue that she was in a sack in the base of the boat, so a bit of an issue there. So you guys rapidly went over and just to see if you can figure out what the hell's going on. And a local man named Bluto Krogorov, whose mind was nearly gone to a combination of drink and despair, had taken it into his head, gotten into his mind somehow, that sacrificing the special Vistani child would make the fish nice to him and willing to be caught. So he could catch some fish and get a feed and maybe trade some fish for more beer. And you guys managed to convince him that was fucking insane and that stealing a Vistani child would absolutely get you murdered horribly. So he gave the child back, and I think everything was okay. You guys are like, seriously, dude, don't do that again. And he's like, yeah, valid, good point, actually. Hey, I might just go and have a drink. So you guys managed to diffuse the situation somewhat, and then young Arabella turns to her uncle, Aragal, and says, you know, you're kind of fated to help these guys, right? And he's like, oh, shit. I guess I should then. And offers his assistance in the taking down of one Mr. Strad von Zarovich. You guys aren't 100% sure whether or not you trust him. In fact, you're pretty confident you don't. Yes, Ro?
I also have that we got a reward of
You
3
did.
gold necklaces worth 50 gold pieces each and 200 gold pieces.
You did. A chest, a little onyx chest, worth 200 gold pieces, and then the things inside it. And a potion. A bottle of potion of some sort.
But we didn't know what it was.
It
Is
does
that why I
not
have
have a
all the
label.
That's why I have all the question marks down.
Yeah.
Right.
It does not
Okay.
have a label. It's red, like a healing potion, but it does not necessarily contain one.
Oh, okay, right. That's why I have potion question mark
Not sure what that is.
healing
Yeah.
question mark
Maybe.
question mark.
Yeah. then you were like, cool, alrighty, well, I was not 100% at the, having rewatched the episode this morning, 100% clear on exactly what your plan was regarding Aragal, and where he was supposed to meet you, or what he was supposed to do. He was, I believe, going to see if he can figure out a way for you to get into the castle without anybody spotting you.
My understanding was we didn't necessarily trust him, and we agreed to rendezvous with him. If he headed to that direction, I can use sending to get in touch with him.
Yeah.
We have one more item that we need to get, is my understanding. We've got what? I mean, finish your recap first, but I have item questions.
Sure.
Because I can't remember, and we've had like 8 different places where we've communicated, so I don't know where our information is anymore.
Yes, I believe, well, that was, I think, pretty much it. The only other thing that happened last episode was that Ireena Kolyana made eye contact with the Castle Ravenloft and went, you know what, I don't think I can. Turn around, and Heavy Robot, good on you. Thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. Ireena took her leave of the party, having decided that she's just doesn't, and I think, and the general consensus was fair. So she is going to keep an eye on Aragal from a distance for the next little while, and then probably head back to Kresk. She wants to be as close to Strahd as, not as close to Strahd as possible.
So I'll ask this in character if Aragal is away. But I'm also asking Josh because again, our notes. I had a pinned thing when it came to the Chiroka deck, but again, there's like 8 different message groups, and I can't find the information anymore. So I hope you have it because I don't know where it is anymore.
I do. It is at the very top of all of my notes. Some 80
Could you
pages
possibly
ago.
punch that in while I ask the crew?
Sure.
As long as that's okay, I'll just kind of go like, okay. While we conveniently wait for memory that we already have, but not presently. What do we want to do with this guy? And we've got to find some other thing. I'm definitely not looking at the notes right now.
It's the Holy Symbol of Ravenkind is what you're looking for. Yeah.
The merchant tells of a powerful force for good. A cask that once held the finest wine.
Didn't we decide that that'd probably be in Ravenloft because it wasn't at the wine place?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, there you go.
So we read that book of his, and we got the sword now.
You do, yes.
Thought so. Great,
Ireena
good.
gave it to you. She had it until about 5 minutes ago, and then she left.
Right, yep. So I got that. Good. And now we've got this, the cards told us that we needed this guy, so we got him too. I don't know. Yeah. He seems like... but, remember, we had to be aware of him because he's a bit rotten-like.
He's a Vistani.
Yeah, but you're right. Present company excluded.
I'm just going to exchange a knowing look with Esmeralda. Like, I can say that, but, it's true.
Yeah, everyone in the conversation is Vistani except for me. I'm like, you're...
That's how we know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to deal with this.
You can't say that.
I'm going to move on.
That's our word.
Shit.
Piggalek, thank you very much for the follow as well, you bloody champion. Good on you, matey. You guys are on kind of like next to the old bone grinder, the windmill that sits on the precipice that was totally full of lovely, sweet old lady and her 2 lovely children. There was pies. It was great. It was a lovely place. Then Smoothie set it on fire, so it's not turning right now.
Lovely.
It just Looking out over the valley containing Barovia itself, the town, not the place. I've always thought it was very confusing to have the two.
I always call it Barovia Village, just for
I've made the distinction that the town is Barovia and the region is Barovia.
How did that go for you? Did you remember that? Did it stick in your head?
Oh, it works for me. I just don't know if I'm clear enough for everybody else.
I mean, names, words, places, none of it is fucking clear for me, so don't worry.
Yeah, guy makes a good point. Why am I not surprised you set something on fire? Pickles, at the end of the day, I'm a Call of Cthulhu player. That's our ace in the hole. That's
he actually was more of a Batman reference. It was definitely...
Again, how out of character for me.
Yeah.
What a weird time.
It was literally straight out of the second film. So, and he is playing a Batman. So yeah, you are looking out over this place. I even wrote a nice description, so I'm going to read it because otherwise why did I bother writing it? So we return to Barovia. Oh no, wait, I need to do that bit. So, mateys, may precocious children present you with wooden ducks, and all the potions be given to you be good for you, as we head tremulously at first, and then with mounting anxiety and dread, into Barovia. So we return to Barovia and the old Svalich Road. The gang has just passed the old bone grinder and parted ways with Ireena Kolyana, who has headed back to Valaki to keep tabs on Aragal. The Vistana, the gang convinced to aid them. Looking out from this view, you can see both the town of Barovia and, perched on a bluff high above it, Ravenloft, its high tower reaching proudly into the sky, while the village huddles beneath. The castle is a vicious-looking construction, elegant in the way a well-made blade is. A high wall encircles the main keep, corner turrets and crenellations, signs that this place was made for war as much as luxury. Jutting above, a beautiful shingle roof, the slates, a mixture of pink, purple, and grey, adorns the top of the main keep, while a slender tower stands 350 feet above the ground, providing a commanding view of Strahd's domain. The road splits, and the left-hand path heads up across the ground towards the gates of the castle, while the other descends into the valley of Barovia itself. So, which way would you go?
I actually have some business, but I kind of want to. I want to wait and see what these guys say because I've been talking a lot, so I'm going to wait. Good talk.
So we're going the sneaky way, right? What's the sneaky way? Oh no, I'm not from around here.
Well,
Ez?
he might. No. Ez?
I do not trust him, but he's our only shot at getting in.
He probably wants to take position. He's probably going to become a problem on his own.
As long as he doesn't direct Strahd to us, I don't think I care.
We'll see. I do have a slight detour that I might want to take. I'm not very good at keeping dates, but what is the name of the third girl that we saved, former hag, in
Now you're asking.
Yeah, when else would I?
Maria?
Yesterday would have been a good time.
Isn't she in? She's in
Valaki.
somewhere else. She's in
I know,
Valaki.
that's why. That's hence detour. Yeah.
What's her?
Well, you just
It's actually
came
not
from
that
there.
far. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it's not too far away because we're near the.
Well, yeah. Well, anyway, what was that name?
I do not remember.
That's okay. We'll say insert name for now.
Yeah.
If we've already been by there, then I'm
Was
actually
it Bella?
Bella.
Yeah,
yes.
it might have been Bella. Yeah.
That's it.
What time of day is it actually? Because I might hold off on this.
Let us say it would be late afternoon.
Okay. Then I'll hold off for now. I'll if we've already been through there, then I think it would have already done the business he was going to request for. So he'll be businesslike and just go, Well, okay, so we're by the mill, so we'd have to make our way towards Barovia village. Okay. Well, I mean, as you probably know better than we do, but like, if we've sent him ahead, and hopefully he'll have a route for us. But there is another way that I can think of. It's not ideal. Maybe it's a back pocket thing, but well, so this is going to be a little, I don't know how to ask this, but are you still
we're not having that chat yet, mate. No, I haven't had any weird shit happen since I went swimming in that lake, actually. It's good.
Huh.
Nah, sorry.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to do it, but if we assume that he can see and hear everything that we're doing, he may just be arrogant enough that he might just let us in the front door.
I mean,
Or if we get caught, we can act like, I mean, he's definitely shown an interest in you, right?
I think he'd let us in the front door anyway. He wouldn't think we'd take him down. It's just whether that's the best course of action.
I don't know. I'm just saying options right now. Because if he finds out what if he doesn't already know what we've got, he's gonna want to take it. So it's all at this point. It seems it's about what he knows and how we choose to approach this based on what we think he knows.
Do we need to send out any messages to anyone that we're on the final charge? I mean, we've got if we're going to go to the castle, we're going to do that. We've got the Were Crows family. They've said they'll help us out if they can, and then also your whiskey gang. They liked the taste of corn. Fuck. Can't remember any of the names. But it was at that castle where we found soot. They were nice, weren't they?
Yeah, the Silver Dragon Order. Yeah.
Yeah.
They need their skull back. That's a big thing.
So, how about we try and get the skull before we walk in the front door? Walk in the back door and then maybe walk in the front door after.
Or we keep them busy while we go for the skull. Some of us, I mean, I'm not suggesting splitting up, but I'm just saying that once we enter, he might be focused. I don't know what the rules are with the castle. I don't know whether he knows exactly where we are at all times, but all I know right now, is that I don't think he cares about me. I think I think he knows who Ez is, but he's between. Ireena would have been good here, but in this situation, the next person in line in terms of his interest is you.
Oh no, I think you pissed him off the other day, kid.
I did?
Well, I mean, you gave him quite a good run for it. Well, it looked like from the other side of the field anyway.
Well, I'll take it. If he's focused on me, then fine, but I'm just based on what I know, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I see. I'm open to ideas, but maybe we should assume that once we enter that threshold, that he knows what we're doing. And if that's the case, we may want something for him to focus on instead of us and the giant dragon skull.
Yeah, I can probably pull focus for a while, if needed.
You have other allies that could do that as well, as a point. Adagal,
have him focus on them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or the Were Ravens. or if it's a more of a focus pull job, you could consider, and I'm mainly doing this because it's been a while, you could also consider the were prowlers.
I thought about them, but they weren't super keen on us.
It was more that the Zemja, the new leader, is going to have a little bit of a time sort of establishing her leadership.
Out of all of them, the Were-Ravens the most. I trust the Mardikovs the most to be organized. But the Knights, they want the skull too. So maybe they can back us up, and I think they said something about waiting on the outskirts to get the skull where they need, and then they'll join us when they can. So I guess the question is, are we just going to sneak in together and hope for the best, or are we going to try and keep him focused together while they try and get the skull out themselves? Maybe we try scouting, finding where it is, telling them, and then we get focused. I don't know. There's a lot of things we don't know about this.
One does not simply walk into Ravenloft.
The other ally that you do have that would definitely come to Esmeralda's mind is Fenrit, who's not around, but he is around. Ticking Time Bob, excellent. Stream name, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. Welcome. This is the new season of Humblewood of Midnight and Madness, a Strahd Humblewood crossover. And the gang is trying to decide how best to go about this. I will remind you of the deal that you made with the Knights of the Silver Dragon. Basically, one of them, whose name currently escapes me because it was well over a year ago, was once the Dragon Skull is free and their master is once again sane, then he will be permitted to assist you. However, you got to get the thing out first. Only then can he get his guys to come ready and come get it. However, if you say, right, we're ready now, we need a diversion, and that diversion is you guys coming to get the skull.
I was more suggesting that we act like we want to just get out of here, or parlay or something, and string them along a little bit while they do their thing.
They won't go into the castle without the permission of
without
the Grandmaster.
knowing where to go.
Without the permission of their Grandmaster, who is insane, and that's the problem.
Right, yeah, hence why I'm saying the birds should do the break-in, possibly.
Oh,
but
you want the Mardikovs
I'm not so inclined to get them to do that without telling them where to go.
Sure.
In the castle. So there's a few steps here. So Smoothie's going to grab a stick in the dirt and just go, okay, so what do we have? We have Aragal. Like, he's writing down the people that we have on our side. When it comes to Aragal. We have the Mardikovs, and we have the Silver Dragons, right? Can we think of anyone else?
Well,
The
you
old
can put...
man.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
The old man is still in the vicinity.
That's a focus. That's not a bad focus.
And he hates Van
And-
Richten.
And you could pop down the where prowlers in that Argyle pile of the
Yeah,
not
true.
really trustworthy, but
I trust them more than him.
They are
I
recovering.
trust
though.
that they'd like to have a fight. Probably nothing more subtle than that. Okay. So, in what order do we want to do these things? If we were going to do that, because it seems to me we need to find out where this room is. If the Mardikovs have a chance to get in and get the skull out for the Silver Knights.
So,
We should be the focus, right? We should be the distraction.
well,
We look at ourselves.
yeah. So remind me, Strahd, he's one of that night dweller kind of lot. I know it doesn't get real sunny around here, but is there a time that he's likely to be in that coffin is that we probably need to find in the basement?
Actually, I don't know. Yes, yeah, that's a good
As to
question.
what
Ez,
time
do you
he
know?
would be asleep.
Ideally.
Esmeralda, make me an intelligence check. You'd be the
I'm
person
glad
best
it's
likely
not
to know
me.
this. That's why I'm asking the artificer, not the fighter. 21. Very
And I
nice.
think, incidentally, like with my 8
21.
intelligence, this is like I feel like Smoothies watched Ro do similar battle strategies before, and he's doing his best imitation. Is my justification for this bullshit.
Yeah. And you're going to scuff it
21, what
out
do I
as soon
know?
as you walk away. The 21, you know quite a lot. Best bet, middle of the day. Midday, wait for a particularly sunny day. And, you know, obviously that's a moving target, but it has been uncommonly... The sun breaks through the clouds every other day at the moment. Sometime for a little while, every other day for the last few days now. Uncommonly sunny and bright by Barovia standards. Since Selenox's swim in the pool.
Right days.
So,
Huh?
all right. So, why don't instead of, sorry.
And I was just like, I just realized I hadn't necessarily finished answering the question. But yeah,
sorry.
whenever it is particularly bright, that's probably your best bet for when he might have retired. Also, the castle is enormous. And it would be eminently possible to spend... And Esmeralda would be aware, I'm going to say, because the book actually specifically says that if Esmeralda isn't in the party when they go in, Esmeralda will tap them on the fucking shoulder at some point. So Ez has been in it before because she knows greater invisibility and just walks around in there sometimes. But the book also states that she feels a little bit in over her head. So Ez has been in Barovia, it has been in Ravenloft before. It is largely empty. Most of the servants have been dismissed or eaten. No one willingly works there. There's a fair amount of undead inside of it, but they also tend to be dormant during the daytime, or whenever Strahd's not around. Also, when he does leave, he tends to do it with a bit of fanfare. So if you wanted to sneak in while he wasn't there, you can watch him leave.
So, just to clarify, there's a town as well as Ravenloft, right?
Yes, they are not adjacent. So Barovia is maybe half a mile from Ravenloft and about 1,000 feet below the cliff upon which Ravenloft sits. So you can go to the town and talk and ask and maybe do a bit of scouting and a bit of buying. If you're wanting to gear up, is an option. You can return to Valaki where you have allies. You can go and... I mean, you've got a base of operations in Valaki. I would have said that this is the day after your meeting with the Vistani, so actually let us say it's probably around midday. You sort of went back to Valaki, slept, and then left the following morning. The only... Oh, no, you wouldn't have, because... Ireena was told specifically to leave as soon as possible, but because by the Burgermeister's wife, the Burgermistress, who knows her husband to be quite mad, and if you recall, you went to a garden party at her house, and it was lovely.
The Valaki, that's this one, right?
No, that's the super
Burgermeister?
happy place. Very happy, lovely fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barovia has been here recently with Van Richten. They've recently lost their Burgermeister and they have a new one, his son, Ismark the Lesser. And Ireena's not actually brother, but basically brother. And he has taken over his father's role. There was also a vampire spawn in the church, which isn't there anymore. It's all good, don't worry.
Okay, so did I just hear we've jumped locations in time? Where are we now?
No, so you're
No.
next to the bone grinder. I just realised it's
Okay.
probably more early in the day than late afternoon. It's probably midday.
All right.
So, go ahead.
So, I reckon we need to scope out Ravenloft, find out
Yeah.
where the different entrances and exits are. We
Yep.
also need a point of rallying point if shit hits the fan. So is that going to be in the town or is that going to be in the outskirts of Ravenloft? You guys know the lay of the land. I haven't been in the castle. I haven't been around the castle. I haven't been in this fucking town. So that's on you, as if you know what do you got. Entrances, exits.
As you would be aware of 3 relatively easily accessible entrances to the castle. Well,
This is aside from the front door.
aside from the front door, there is a servant's entrance on the ground level around the back, though it does require skirting through a couple of gates that are normally closed and difficult to open on the quiet or invisible like. But it is possible to get in around there. There is also, if you get up onto the battlements, you can get in on an upper level.
And
Though
then the front
obviously
door.
that presents its own difficulties. Aragal may have another way. Indeed, the instructions I inferred from you was go and try and find us a way in that wouldn't get us noticed. If you contact him, he will be able to tell you whether or not he has succeeded.
All right. So where we are right now, Bone Grinder, we're
Yep.
at a high point, yeah? We're looking down on the castle.
we're
It's
up on a hill.
a little above the castle itself.
A little bit. All right. I like high ground, so this could be one of the places that we could potentially skedaddle to. But I would like somewhere with a bit more cover. What's on the other side? It's cliff, yeah?
Yeah, there is woods around, but nothing that would really provide cover. Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, this place had a basement, so that's all right. So
You want to head back here when?
if shit hits the fan and you're told to run, I'll see you here.
It's gonna take a while to get here. Like a couple of hours
Oh, is that how far we are from the actual?
from the castle, yeah.
So
Okay.
I took the drastic
At least
step of
half an hour.
actually removing the map from the book.
All right. Well,
Um,
far rendezvous. All right. So run far, come here. It means shit's real fucked.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we need
This
to
would
find
be the
something
closest
closer.
landmark from Barovia village. No, I don't disagree.
It's about 5 miles.
If everything's gone wrong.
Yeah.
So a couple of hours, yeah.
Okay.
But we should try and find something. Do you know anyone in town that we could have a closer rendezvous point, or any places in town? Abandoned things. Someone's not going to get fucked up if we go there.
The priest of
Technically-
the church owes Esmeralda a favor.
That's true. And technically speaking, I wouldn't be from there, right? Because I traveled. But the last place that
It was the
the
last
circle was attacked was in Barovia village.
Yes.
So, so therefore, I would have at least an understanding of the town, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you went here the least of all the places, but yes, you would.
Okay. Yeah. He's gonna. Actually, have I? I don't think in the entire campaign I've actually been back.
No.
I think I've been
Ez
No,
back.
is
we
the
haven't
only
been
one who
here.
had.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm saying I haven't been to this town at all. I don't know
Yeah.
shit about it. So I
Um,
reckon we go down to the town first before we hit up the castle and just get a lay of the land. What's been going on in the castle, comings, goings. He might still be out with his new friend.
I'm gonna draw the face poorly, but the face of the gentleman that Sal would remember all those weeks ago interrupted the original ritual that got us in/out of here. The
Alright.
man who murdered Grandpa.
Yeah.
And I'll just kind of circle his head on the ground, and I'll just go, I think, actually, I don't know. Yeah, no, let's go with it. Let's go with the instincts. He's just gonna go like, if we run into this guy, I would like to So I would like to ask you that you don't kill him immediately, please.
Is the drawing good enough that I'd recognise the...
I'd say so.
Great.
It's my shorthand for not remembering his name as the player.
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen him though, have I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
He
was
the
it
one who
Ruffles?
interrupted us.
It
No,
was
no.
not Ruffles.
It was a vampire. We haven't seen him since, but
No.
he was
Ah, right. Okay. I think I know.
looked earlier and I couldn't remember what I called him.
the Fell, maybe. I don't remember.
Fell?
Yeah.
Quite possibly. That sounds like a name I would use. Except no, it definitely wasn't Fell because Fell's from Humblewood. It's from the other
That's right.
campaign.
Anyway, we know who I mean. We'll figure it
yeah.
out later as far as
I
names
do know
go.
who you mean because if I depending on I don't know what I called him before, but I know what I'm going to call him now. The name, let us retcon it because it's been 46 episodes. Is Rahadin.
Yeah, I figured he was a shorthand for Rahadin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I saw him as well.
Yeah.
He is a grey Vulpin with exotic armor.
All right. Yeah, no worries, kid. I mean, I don't take people out immediately at the best of times. I'm good. I'm not that good. All right. should we head
He's
into
remembering back a lot of times that's not the case.
If I know their name and they seem narratively important, I don't kill them immediately.
I wasn't I was talking about how badass she was, but yes, that too. No, you. I don't know you.
maybe
He's wearing a red shirt. He's fine. Let's just kill him.
Let's go into town first, eh?
Very well.
Yeah.
You head on
and
down to Barovia.
Remember to scratch out your wonderful map. No one needs to see what the plan was. Good job.
And you hear this sort of booming laughter in the sky of, now I know everything. You go to Barovia. Where would you be heading in Barovia? Are you heading for the Burgermeister's place? Are you heading for the church? Are you just going to have a wander?
There is a man who owes me a favor in the church. I think that is where we should set up operations.
Okay.
That's
He
it.
is very much on our side.
Right. So he owes you a favor because he's a good guy and you're all right, or he owes you a favor because,
Does that matter?
well, I mean,
He
it matters
owes
if
me
we-
a favor because,
Can we trust him?
yes,
Okay. That's all I need to know.
that was what I was asking.
Few people could be trusted to hate vampires quite as much as Donovich.
All right. Let's head to the church then and see if there's somewhere we can. Oh, wouldn't mind stocking up on a couple of health potions on the way,
Yeah, good
just
idea.
in case.
Fair. See if I can find. So, you head into the church. The church, atop of a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft, stands a grey, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end, and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises toward the back, and a flickering light shines through the holes of the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. That is what is written in the book. However, actually, I would say that the shingles have been patched. And the bell, as you enter the town, well before you get to the church, but you actually do hear the bell chime out midday. Which it does every day. When the sun is shining, they will ring the bell 5 times on midday. As a sort of, she is watching us. Kind of like a call to prayer, but not. Yeah.
So the sun's shining today.
Yes. The sun did. Yeah, you got a few rays of sunshine as you were coming down off the hill. The sun broke through the clouds behind you and sort of backlit you attractively as you walk down the hill.
Not too attractively, though. We don't want to be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Yeah, very well.
Dalnuk just falls with a knife in her back and
It's like,
you know what
take
you
that,
did.
you fucking angel!
Damn you, Jeremy.
So I take it we've just done reconnaissance, and we know it's sunny, and it will be sunny again soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, you head up to the door. You've got Esmeralda's cart with you, or have you left it at Valaki?
I
It is somewhat
probably
noteworthy.
would've... Yeah, I don't think she would have left it,
Yeah,
to be fair.
very well.
We want a way to get it subtly in then, because that's kind of a foghorn.
We leave
So
it
she
a
probably-
grime binder? A grime.
Bone
road-
grinder.
Grinder?
That one.
I
Words
actually
Grime
don't.
fucking
binder.
hard.
I don't mind the idea of having it in case we
Okay.
need to leave. The problem is getting it in.
She wouldn't
could
have brought it
always-
into town.
Wouldn't have brought it into town.
No.
Well, it's
not
5
town.
miles away, so it might as well not be there.
Well, you could park it in the woods outside of town.
True. I
Like,
that.
basically
Close
every town in the place has a little bit of
Wood. Yeah.
a wood outside of it. You'd have to be a little ways outside of it. But yeah, this is
But she
Better
wouldn't have
than
left
5
it
miles.
map of Barovia, and the churchyard is up.
Having the getaway
Yeah.
car be 5 miles walk seems a little.
Yeah. Go, 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 go! An hour and a half later. We're nearly there, it'll be fine.
3 days later.
All right. So if we leave the cart just outside the town boundary, that's a place we can go to as well. I'm putting
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
in as another rendezvous point.
That might
We're
be
gonna get
rendezvous
code
one.
names for each of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Depends on where we are, I guess.
Yep.
As we
So-
enter into the border into town, I think Smoothie would be looking down at his feet and doing his absolute best not to look at the buildings, particularly the one where the ambush happened. Because
Very well.
from memory, Barovia Village isn't that big. So
No, it's
it
not.
would be
None of them
somewhat
are.
obvious.
Yeah. You're talking maybe 100 houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a lot. I think I established that the total population of Barovia would be about 3,000.
About
It's
that, yeah.
really not many. Yeah. Smoothie is kind of examining his feet very carefully as you walk into town. Esmeralda, big fucking midges here. Barovia, you say, Nevermore's ears perk up. His little holes in his side of his head, bird ears. Yeah, absolutely. Barovia, indeed, you should say, you bloody champion. Good on you, Mitch. How are you, mate?
Can I make a request that he? Well, actually, I don't want to give spoilers to the audience. Never
Oh,
mind.
no, you're allowed. You're allowed.
Okay. Can I make the request that he return as the bard that we had in the beginning?
Oh my
that's
god, I
murdered-
want him back
That's
so
murdered
much.
horribly. And then-
One of the souls that's allowed to be gone just returns
That
for a
would
second
be
to go like,
funny.
thank you, leave.
That
Well,
would be
did
very
him get
funny.
murdered? I don't
No,
know.
No, I
no.
want him to return and then
Yeah.
go, I am back, and then
Oh, right. Just like as a right.
Oh, goodness.
I like the idea that. No, I'm not going to share that because I actually think it might be a really good idea.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't want to spoil that. So,
yeah.
yes, he's a bit more abrasive than the bard, indeed.
We've heard that. There's a lot of characters who seem to have a lot of bad blood towards that Nevermore character.
Look,
Yeah.
he's fine.
We're gonna learn.
He's
Always
What
knows what he
has
wants.
Ez met this character?
he takes a
Does
lot of
she
getting
hate
used
him
to.
too?
Ez would not have met him,
my
but would definitely have heard of his dad.
Oh, no.
Like Nevermore used to introduce himself as I'm Nevermore, son of Lazarus. Very famous
Oh.
Lazarus, the very famous adventurer. Yeah, Lazarus was the last generation, very famous. Yeah, and totally sacrificed himself to defeat the aspect of fire. very good guy, well-meaning, kind of a I'm going to save the world, but it has to be me who does it kind of person. Yeah, the best. It's okay. He was fine. Just best taken with a handful of salt. Yes, in the eyes. So yeah, you don't take after my father at all, except for a mutual love of boats. Postal, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Oh, we've had all the love today. Thank you very much for the follow, matey. Avast, you wee scallywag. So, you're tracking up through the town square in Barovia. There are shops, not a lot, but there are a few. There is no marketplace. It's all like storefronts, and you can go in. There would be a herbalist, there would be a potion maker, an alchemist, that sort of thing, if you're wanting to go in and do some shopping. Otherwise, you can head straight to the church and talk to Donovich. Yeah, what would you do?
I'd like to buy some stuff.
Very well.
Please.
You're keeping your eyes peeled for an alchemist of some sort. You find a little shop just off the main high street. Looks a bit shabby on the outside, but someone who would appear to do a relatively roaring trade in potions, poultices, and other medicinals. As you enter, the room is relatively large, but completely packed full of things. So you sort of, it's one of those shops, floor to ceiling shelves, and sort of a gap of only about this far between each shelf, so you have to sort of squeeze down. Starting your own campaign today in 4 hours as a new GM. Postal, congratulations. Welcome to the club. One of us. Jack and I give you our sympathies, but it is great fun.
You love it.
I do.
It's an amazing thing to do, and just remember that your players will have fun with anything because they've never played before.
Yeah.
So anything that you put in front of them, they're gonna love.
Yeah.
Just sell it. That's the only advice I've got.
Yeah. My DM advice is summed up in a single sentence. I want you to win, but I am trying to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely the way I approach this. And yeah, once they reach level 12, the gloves come off.
Yeah. Most campaigns reach that far.
Yeah.
Well, the other
Then
team
you get
has
to level
recently
12.
gotten to level 12. The Elements and Evil crew are at level 12.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it takes a fucking while.
Yeah, it does. 181 episodes as it is so far.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much for joining us, Postal. Good luck with that. Exactly. So, yes, you go into the little shoplet. A well-dressed, like, almost over the top well-dressed young man. You would guess no more than 16, 17, but in a Victorian style dress, sort of a waistcoat, breeches, and patent leather shoes. Just totally not what you expect from a herbalist. Sticks his head around, he's a Corvum, and he says, "Hello, yes? Ah! May I assist you?"
Yeah. Can I insight him to, like, is he supposed to be here? Why is he here? He doesn't look right.
Yes, you absolutely can. Make me an insight check. 16.
16.
Yeah, not bad. He is... he his accent's off, as is his manner. Just everything about him was like, what? But he doesn't seem sus, just abrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Given
So
that you
he's
have
like-
basically no reference, but no point of reference, but yeah.
All right. Yeah, cool. I'm looking for, what do you got? I'm in the market for healing. I'm in the market for invisibility potion would be good if you got one of them. And
yes.
possibly some sort of strength thing if you got one, and it's not like ridiculous because I'm not paying you ridiculous. Don't even bother.
Very well, of course. Please, if if the good lady would be kind enough to inform me what manner of payment ridiculous would come under. I want to stress that all produce and produce here is of the highest quality, but I don't like to rip my customers off. I don't actually honestly see an awful lot of. Might I take a gamble on your profession, good lady, that you are of the adventuring persuasion?
If sure.
I'm mostly guessing from appearances, and I know that's always rude, but you do have the manner and appearance of a swashbuckling type. Do
you want to hear what your
like
appearance says about you, mate, or shall we just move on?
I merely mean to suggest that if one is in the market for healing, one is in the market for healing potions, ones that take rapid effect to deal with cuts, scrapes, bruises, and broken bones, rather than a cough.
Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Thank you.
Good. In which case, we are talking about the same level of sort of cost. A cough potion would be 5 copper pieces. A healing potion is an order of magnitude or 2. But depending on the strength of the efficaciousness that one is looking for, then absolutely one can be provided. I do possess a single potion of invisibility. They are a strictly controlled substance in Barovia, so but I am licensed to sell it, he says very loudly. And he says, but possession is limited, so I am only allowed to procure a small amount at a time. However, is Madam a lady of means?
Oh, will you just tell me how much the potions are, and then I'll tell you if you're dreaming or I'm going to pay for them.
But yes, of course. So a basic healing potion, 50 gold pieces per dosage. A further 250 for a potion of invisibility, which I believe is effective for up to an hour.
Did you have any strength stuff on you, or not?
Strength required to potions required to increase the strength of the user. Yes.
Yeah.
And by how much of a factor?
What have you got?
So the way healing potions work in the game is anything it cranks your potion to. You get that potion of ogre strength or hill giant strength or something like that. It'll crank your strength to a particular level. But your strength is already 20, isn't it? So you need something that's already above a 20. And a 21 is no better for you than just having a 20, so you need a 23 or at least. So that's a potion of frost giant strength at bare minimum, or stone giant strength at bare minimum, which is quite a lot, is the point. It's sort of a rare. So you'd be talking 500 gold pieces to be worth it to you. If Smoothie was to drink one, however, anything would do a radical improvement on his strength. So
exactly.
That's what he's trying to establish. How strong are you? Because I need to figure out how much you'll need to make any improvement at all. So he says, and once he sort of gets a vague idea, he says, 500 gold pieces for a potion of that sort of level of strength, I'm afraid. If that is amenable, then I can absolutely... that one I will have to... I don't just stock them. They don't last particularly long. They tend to go off. So I don't just... Not hugely necessary a lot of the time for people in Barovia to require being that physically strong for that amount of time for that cost. So, but I can, of course, brew one up for you this very evening.
Dude, do you have something that's a bit weaker? The strength is not for me, mate.
Right. Then yes, of course. A single a buff to crank your AC, your strength to 19 would cost you a single 100 gold piece donation.
Right. Selenox is gonna turn to Ez and be like, under her breath, be like, I don't fucking have a clue what prices are like around here. I haven't bought potions in this shithole. Is that...
I'm assuming Ez would probably know this, so...
It's pretty standard. That's
It sounds
like,
pretty standard to me, but
Yeah. He's not ripping you off. If anything,
Alright.
he might be being like, "Oh, please spy something."
I think he's trying to get us to buy more, actually.
all right. Smoothie, you want that strength potion?
I don't think he would be there.
Oh, where are you?
He wouldn't have gone into
Okay.
the building.
This is the first time he's been back. So I think he would learn his lesson from previous going off on his own isms, and he's just going to slightly nudge Esmeralda as they enter the shop, and he won't say anything. I don't know if he can right now, so he's just gonna go like to indicate like he'll be around, but he needs a minute. And the camera would cut to him just kind of probably having like a minor kind of panic attack in a what's the word for the doorway? A croft? What's the
Dupe?
Yeah.
stoop? A stoop. Yeah. So just kind of just doing his best to have his moment, and very hard not look at the building in question where the ambush happened.
Very well.
PTSD. It's a thing. It's been 3 weeks, guys.
Please
In that
make
case-
me a site-based perception check, Smoothie, and we'll
Okay.
continue with Selenos.
Yeah.
Shopping, hurrah.
I'm sorry, you
Sure,
gave me an excuse to create an interesting and nuanced NPC on the
Alright.
fly.
Favorite thing.
So if
Still haven't
Selenox
decided on his name yet.
turns to
60, thank you.
It's
if Selenox turns to Smoothie and Smoothie's not there, she's gonna be like, "What? Where? Ez? Where's the
He
kid?"
is waiting outside. He, I think, needed a minute. It's okay. I know where he is.
All right. You reckon we should get him a strength potion? He could do with strength potion. I mean, you could do with strength potion. Nah, sorry, didn't mean it. Came out wrong. He could do with a strength potion.
Stella's a
Should we get him a
bitch today.
strength? Should we get him a strength potion?
Firing on all
Your
cylinders.
home is shit. You could stand to work out a little. You're a little
In
fat.
fairness, she's been saying that to Smoothie since day one.
I know.
To be fair, I think we should have it anyway, regardless of who ends up using it.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon about the invisibility? That's gonna clean me up if I get that. Maybe I'll just get us a few healings and a strength. Or do you think I should?
Well, if you want to get those, and if I am able to, perhaps partake in maybe a health potion, if needed. Maybe I can get the invisibility.
All right. All right, sir. How do you feel about so I got So
Oh,
how you
exchanges
feel
are
about?
fine.
Yeah, cool. So I've got these 3 gold necklaces.
Oh.
And they're about worth 50 gold pieces each. So
Yes,
3
yes,
gold
absolutely.
necklaces.
Yes.
3 healing potions. Yeah.
yes. And I want to be very clear. These are the 1d4 plus 1, or 2. Yeah, the basic ones. 1d4 plus 1 healing. I think it is. Yeah, basically get you back on your feet.
And then I'm going to give him another 150 gold for 1 more of them and a strength potion.
Very well. Very well. Ah, excellent. The strength potion you were saying. So as I say, he bustles and gets 5. The potion bottles are unusual. You've never seen potion bottles this shape before. They are like little tiny wine bottles, but with a particularly deep. And now Josh is struggling to remember the name of the dent at the bottom of the wine bottle. It has a name, and I'm struggling to recall. But yeah, a particularly deep one of those. Basically, one you can almost put your whole thumb in, so you can hold them by it. And yes, he gives you 4 of those. Each is about yay big, but with they would look like they contain quite a lot of fluid, but actually a good portion of that space is actually occupied by a punt. The punt, exactly right. Thank you, Terrace. The punt at the bottom. He says, the strength potion, of course, as I said, I will have to brew up specifically. Payment, of course, on delivery. If you pop back in a few hours, I shall get right on it.
I thought you said you had some of the weaker ones lying around and just not the full strength one when you were sizing me up.
Did I? If I did, then he said, yes, fine. I apologize. Then he says, yes. And of course. You're saying, a weaker one. I apologize. I misunderstood. Very well. And, yes.
And for your new favourite customer, don't suppose you could tell me what this is?
He says, I could always have a look. Not a problem. Oh dear. Oh, my goodness. That is not a potion.
Do you know what it is?
It's poison.
Poison. Right. Poison for everyone? Poison for certain people?
Yes,
poison,
anybody with a pulse. Yes, no, definitely.
I feel like in this place sometimes there's lots of things without pulses, but whatever. So I've got to have a pulse.
You do need to have a pulse to get sick. This is makes not poison is the wrong word. It's more illness.
Thanks.
It wouldn't affect the undead.
All right, I'll
Can't
make
make
sure
a dead man sick.
I don't put that one in with the healing ones. Then looks kind of
Maybe.
Worst
He
pirate
says,
phrasing ever.
sorry.
Worst pirate phrasing ever.
What? Can't make a dead man sick.
Yeah, dead men tell no tales is better.
Oh. Can't make a dead man speak either. Yeah. No, can't make a dead man sick is from World War Z. He says, here, and gets a little piece of paper which he licks the back of, slaps it on the clean bottle that the poison is in, and then scribbles on it, poison brackets, withen, question mark.
Thanks. Nice doing business with you, mate.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. Might I inquire your name? Or is it safer that I don't know?
You can call me Sel.
Sel. A pleasure, Sel. Thank you very much. And he clicks his heels together and says, Markowitz, at your service.
Nice to meet you, Markowitz, I guess.
Jonah
Thank you for your help.
Markowitz.
Right, I'm glad that Good. All right, are you going to get that invisibility potion, Ez, and then let's get out of here?
Yes. Could I have the invisibility potion, please?
Oh,
And you should probably maybe take 50 gold off for her after, we're your best customers at this point. I mean, we're possibly your only customers. And I haven't haggled at all.
I have done. I do a pretty decent trade. This is just an unusual. This is, don't get me wrong, an unusually profitable day. I actually, be honest, Selenox, I'll let your insight from before carry over. He is incredibly intimidated by you, and
Fair enough.
he's actually already giving you a discount. He just doesn't want to.
Not enough.
And he says, I'm afraid I couldn't, I would be running at a loss if I knocked too much of a percentage off.
All right. It's all right, mate. I'm not going to hurt you. Far out.
Shared estate for the north.
Surely you've seen something scarier than me around this parts. Jesus.
Yes, but not one that I've actually been in conversation with. Or who wears their armor quite so stylishly. And then he very quickly does it and goes and gets the potion for Esmeralda.
This is weird. I'm gonna wait outside as well. Fuck.
Smoothie, what, you got a 16?
Yes, sir. I'm surprised you got that. That would have thrown me for a loop. Someone just going flashing fingers at you.
I read you
smarter man than me.
I lip read 16.
Good on you.
I did not manage to see the number of fingers you were holding up. You spot
Yes, sir.
walking in the crowd, which is not deep, particularly thick, and does not appear to have noticed you as you are off the main street, a grey Vulpin in exotic armor.
Oh, fuck.
A rapier at his hip. He appears unaware of you, though a smirk splits his face. His ears are... I mean, all Vulpins have pointed ears, that's kind of the trick, but his are almost weirdly elongated.
Oh dear. Okay. He doesn't see me?
He does not appear to have noticed you.
No, yeah. Oh boy, that's tough. Okay, whereabouts, not that Smoothie would know this, but whereabouts in the timeline am I as far as that shopping
This is
went?
relatively early.
How far into the process? Okay. All right. In that case...
No, let us say it's pretty close to the end. You're about sort of 5-10 seconds before Selenox comes out the door.
All right, that's fun. Yeah, so he notices and then suddenly gets interrupted from his 1,000-yard stare. Yeah, I'm into that. That's fun.
So yes, you notice and sort of... so the doorway is... Half of it is like racks of medicinal herbs and spices and things, and so it's relatively easy to just sort of meld backwards into them without actually going into the door, through the door itself. But you sort of shrink back against the door to try and minimize your profile as much as possible, and then pretty much walk backwards into Selenox as she comes out, bearing a small rack of potions.
You alright, kid? What's up? Hey, I got you.
We're going to push her back into the shop, close the door.
As in, I'm in the shop and he's outside the shop?
I assumed we're meeting on the stairway sort of thing. So, like, just back in the door and then close the door.
So are you inside as well?
Yeah. I'm trying to be unseen by this dude.
What's going on, mate? It's okay. Take a breath. You're all right. I'm going to hand in my flask. I didn't really want to, but I'm handing in my flask.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. He would drink until you take it from him.
And then... bit. Easy. Mate, chill, breathe. What's up?
Outside.
Who's outside? All right. I'll just take it. Can I? Is there a window?
From the counter, you hear Rahadin. Come, at the back.
Yep.
I'm
all
a
right,
friend.
let's go.
I'm a friend. Smoothie, you recognize this man.
Is this person talking to us, or is this person talking to Rahadin?
He's looking at you two.
Yeah.
He's overheard
I
the
assume Ez is with
conversation.
us as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he is looking past Ez. He was in the process of wrapping Esmeralda's invisibility potion in a brown paper bag, and he sees you having this conversation. He has looked down at his one hand is very much under the countertop, and he says, Rahadin, Come, at the back. I'm a friend. And Smoothie, you recognize Jonas.
Hi.
I'm glad you got away. Come, quick. In case he comes
All right,
in.
let's go, kid. Come on, let's go.
It's almost like toddler waddling. I think it like every muscle is just jelly. Yeah.
Heading through, there is a curtain behind the counter. You go through it, and you find yourselves in a little living space. It's like a kitchen dining room, and it's got a small winding staircase that leads to presumably a loft attic bedroom thing above. There is two worn chairs in there. One more worn than the other. One is clearly been there for about 20 years. The other is newer and a little less so. In fact, the very worn one is dusty. And you come in and he says, sit. He bustles back through very briefly and turns the sign on the... No, he doesn't. He wouldn't do that. That would be a little sus, if anything. He would... he wouldn't leave you. He would go and start boiling the kettle.
I was gonna say.
Oh, this is serious deja vu. Oh, God.
See, you're not so bad. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you before. Tea, good idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe I was... your friend and I have a mutual disdain for a person. I was not there, but my mother was when the circle fell.
I'm sorry, I couldn't. There was nothing I could do.
No. She knew the risk she took. She survived for a while, but yes. So I'm. If I appeared nervous, I'm new in this position.
You're harboring fugitives. you should be nervous.
Ah, yes, I suppose I am. Ah, well, then
maybe.
You should best leave. Sorry,
Maybe.
bad, not funny.
You should sit down too. I'll make the tea.
Oh God, the deja vu!
My feelings are, I'm all right, but thank you. Plus, this is equipment not really designed for tea; it's more designed for potion brewing.
Right.
But sit. And he actually goes upstairs and brings down a small wooden chair for the one of you who doesn't have a chair to sit on. And says, I apologize, I only own 2 upholstered ones now. And, he continues.
Oh.
You know this. Okay, so, yep. Okay. So, I mean, kid, didn't you kind of want to come across this guy?
I don't know. I'm not like you, Sal. Oh no! And his bag, he has a satchel or something, I imagine, or something like that. And he comes out with this sticky brown mess in his hands. He's like, they were cupcakes. It's my birthday tomorrow.
They might still taste good. Squished chocolate is still chocolate, if it's chocolate.
Yeah. Sorry,
Happy
yes.
birthday for tomorrow. How old are ya?
The big 1-8.
Ooh!
Grown up now.
Oh, I reckon you were grown up a while ago, kid. Too soon. But we should do something special for your birthday. What do you want to do? We should do something special once we get out of this place.
Kill a vampire.
Light candles in the corpse.
Do you want to kill a
Put
vampire?
one in one hole. Oh man.
Maybe the festivities may have to wait a little while, but what would you want to do when we free this place?
Actually, I kind of want to know what Sel's gonna do first. Is that okay? Can that be part of the... Like, I don't know anything about you out of this. What's the next step?
I'll just go and check my kid brother's all right. He gets himself into mischief.
You what? I never knew you had a brother. How old were they? Are they?
Not too much older than you, actually. A few years on you.
That makes sense.
But he's not super happy with me at the moment. But you know, that's what big sisters are for. Keeping you out of trouble and pissing you off.
Ez?
Yes?
My birthday. Next steps?
I do not know. But maybe it might involve dancing.
And he'll eat a bit of desiccated chocolate and he goes, actually, it's quite good. And he's going to take the mud pile. It looks like it. I mean, it's wet, gooey cake that's just like a desiccated mess on the table. But he's going to pick at it and he'll invite them to as well. I'll just go. There was. I think they called it a elevator or something. You got on, and then it went up. And I had no idea how it worked. It was in the wood. The Humblewood is this big. Why am I telling you? Either of you, you've been there. But how it works, it's interesting. I'd like to learn. I like to learn how things work and how they fly and how they go up and down and stuff. So that probably.
Maybe you should have been an artificer.
Well, I think if I knew what that was, I think I'd try and apply, but I don't even know how to read, so that might
Sure, it can be
slow
arranged.
down my application a little.
Jonah bustles back over with the tea and says, "Oh dear.
Sorry.
No, not a problem. Your
It's
cake had a
good.
bit of a mishap. Well, I'm sure it is. I might actually have something for that, if you permit me. Mother swore by it, and he goes and gets a. It's like a salt shaker, and he says, "Stand back," and he sprinkles something all over the pile of cake, and before your eyes, it kind of reassembles itself, and forms back into a cake shape.
It's a nifty trick.
Yes,
That's cool.
I genuinely, she took the ingredients to the grave, so I haven't the faintest idea, but it should not have affected the flavour at all. It was incredibly popular, and I really angry with her for not ever writing it down. I think it was one of those things she knew so well that she never bothered, and didn't expect to, pass off when she did. Yes, it was one of our best sellers.
That
really.
comment probably gets him a little bit down again because it happened at the same sort of time, obviously.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, there's a little Adam's apple situation. He just goes, yeah.
Well, happy birthday! You've got 3 months on me.
As in, how old are you?
I'm 17, sir.
Wow. Yeah. Your mom, she was a good lady. And,
Yes. You said you visited the wood.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, once. She's from there. She'd know more about it, but...
Oh, I've been myself. I studied there.
Oh.
So why I have the accent. Father was
How
a
did you get
Vistana,
out?
so I can come and go.
No way.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. I basically, she packaged me off, and off I went. Stayed with a maiden aunt, which was a whole other thing. Studied with the tenders for a couple of years, mostly in the potion brewing elements. Basically, mother wanted me to have as classical an education as I could get, and was taking no second best. So, yes, I came back 6-7 months ago. And just in time to sort of take over the family business, as it were. She needed the help, which is why I came back when I did. And then
Grandpa came by because she had a bad foot.
Yes. Even her skills weren't enough. I mean, she still, there was no keeping her down. She just slower,
Sure.
But yes. Your
What's keeping you?
here? Oh, well, getting out isn't as easy as all that. You need a little the little doll thing. I'm fresh out,
Yeah.
but also even if I could leave,
It's home, huh?
no. My mother before me sold an awful lot of potions, poultices, all that nonsense. Little salt shakers full of cakes that rebuild themselves, And imagine yourself a 5-year-old whose cake is inadvertently dropped. Ruins your birthday, doesn't it? I mean, that ruins the birthday of an 18-year-old. So, but a 5-year-old.
Sure. Okay.
The ability to fix that.
Yeah, I
That's
get it.
worth it, isn't it? To improve the world. I'm not a brave man. I'm not a genius. I'm not even a particularly good potion maker. That being said, the invisibility will absolutely work. I'd stake your and my life on it. No, I was always very good at those. But I can make the world a better place. You don't have to save it. Most people couldn't. It's just, I wouldn't have the faintest idea how to go about fixing it, but helping other people deal with it, live in it. I suppose that's why I stayed. Plus, also, getting all of this out. Oh, God, what a nightmare.
Thanks for the tea.
You're welcome.
And the safe harbor.
Thank you. All of you. As if I have any idea or inkling at all about what you... Oh, yeah, how unusual to see 3 people of your clear skill set here. Purchasing potions and invisibility and so forth.
I just like to keep well stocked.
Fair enough. Then I wouldn't know at all. I know nothing.
That's smart. Maybe go grab a mallet and make sure when we're done.
Do I suppose since we're on the subject, don't mind me asking if his lordship is home. I hear he makes a bit of a spectacle when he leaves nowadays.
I
Nowadays.
I'm not certain, but my impression was I believe he arrived 2 days ago, and I don't believe he's left since.
2 days. Does that match up with anything that we know?
Actually, it would have been
I
more
think
like
we saw
4.
his like silhouette or something, didn't we?
hill.
Like, yeah,
We-
yeah. The ritual
was-
thing. Yeah. He was headed towards the lightning, right?
He was there because
He was at
you
the
were
lightning.
fighting him
You
there.
fought him, yeah. The last time I think you saw him
Right.
was at Yester Hill, which would
Yeah.
have been 4 days ago.
Okay.
And he and Veriska would have come back to Ravenloft after that.
What is your name?
Jonas
Jonas.
Markowitz.
Okay. Well. Well, I'm gonna ask you, just so you know, you can say no to this. But, we're in position to help in our own way up at the castle. If you don't mind us maybe using this place as a place where people might hide while we get things ready. If you think that you can pass off that, like, you're just neutral.
Don't use the front door, but yes. There is a round the back. There isn't a full
I don't
door,
think this is the
but-
plan for us to use it first.
Oh, but necessity needs must. Yes.
But if we need another place to hide, would that be okay?
It was before. It was today.
Okay. Well, there might be a lot more people there. You're my age. It's weird.
Rahadin,
Actually, I'm older than you. You call me sir. No, I'm kidding.
I do.
He calls everyone sir. I think he's
Yeah,
called
that's
me
true.
sir as well.
You that's just the sort of vibe you give off. You're perch guard.
Yeah, I've served.
Well, thank you for your service. Recently?
You remember the salute I taught you? Yeah, fairly recently. Ish.
Yeah. Well, yes. Thank you. There's been an awful lot of late in the perch guard. Good people.
Most of them are, yeah.
Well, no organization is perfect.
Are you feeling settled, Smoothies? Shall we head out that back way to that?
To the
Okay.
church, right?
Yep.
That is where we're headed.
Father Donovich is really doing wonders with it.
Good.
I'm glad to hear.
He's not doing services exactly, but meetings,
Pass it.
greetings.
Maybe pass it along, if you can, to anyone else in the circle. If we fail, I think you might take it on into you folks. So, let them know.
Not many left.
I know.
It was basically just those who couldn't make it that evening.
Your mother got
I
out,
know,
though.
Jonas. I was there.
Well, yes.
I understand she got out real injured.
No, actually, she was fine. Never seen her better.
What?
Walking normally for the first time in years. Hungry, though.
I'm gonna just church. Let's go to the church. Nothing we can do about that.
She's dead. Now.
Ah.
Did it
So-
himself. She asked me to.
Oh,
Said she couldn't bear it.
right. Did I'm gonna wait for Smoothie to kind of head out the door if that's the way that he's going, but I'm gonna hold back.
You don't. I mean, yeah, I suppose so. Sure. Yeah. Yep. Let's say that. Sure.
Shall I go first to check the coast is clear?
Makes sense. Jonas, did everyone else who got out, was that what happened to all of them?
I can't say. I'm afraid I don't know. She wasn't. We spoke. She told me what happened. That she was fighting it. I can't say I inquired on the fate of everybody else. She said they were gone. In non-specific terms, I'm afraid.
Alright.
I don't want to give your friend hope where there is none.
No,
Or
that's why.
Dread where there may not be need for any.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your
But-
help, kid.
I'm
But-
sure you are, but I'd possibly be prepared.
Yeah.
It's a kindness. I have to tell myself that, but I do believe it.
It is. It is. It's just not for you. Not for the ones who are left behind.
No. It's better for me too.
Yeah. Well, thanks, kid.
You're very welcome, milady.
I follow that lot out the door.
You do. And I
Yeah.
think we'll take a little breaklet there. Everybody, thank you very much. Yes, that's what happens when you do shopping episodes in Barovia. We'll be back in 5 to 10, guys. Take a little minute, a little breather, and see you very soon. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Avast ahoy and g'day, mateys. We be back for some more titties and Humblewood. Some Strumblewood, Curse of Strahd, Humblewood crossover goodness. What are you all laughing at? And yeah, the guys are in Barovia, about to go and talk to a priest. Hopefully, maybe. Let's find out. You sneak out the back way of Jonas. I forget because I just made him up. Jonas Markovich's son, Markowitz's shop, and he would actually say, "Go out the front this time around," because people saw you come in. It'd be weird to not see you go out. But if you come around again, the back way is always. I don't really want to say the back way is always open to you, but yeah.
I mean, each to their own, mate. I'm gonna. Can we check the coast is clear before we head out, please?
Yeah, I believe Ez has done so, and yes, it is.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Just go.
So yeah, you head to the church.
Mhm.
Smoothie, heading along the high street, You are probably trying to keep your eyes distinctly away from one specific building. And it was a private home. And even then, it is difficult to not notice that it's not there anymore. Hey, Riveljax, good to see you. It has appeared to have been burnt down. Which is odd, because it was a townhouse, so it was in one of a line.
Cool.
Shared walls with another, but yes.
I'm going to imagine I'm in front of Esmeralda, let's say, and I'll just kind of lightly stop. But given the conversation we've already had, it's just like a light stop as you kind of lightly walk into him, and he goes, "It was there. That's where it happened."
There.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we want to go closer? Or stay here?
I think we should keep going. Is
Did
it
you want
weird?
to
I was
take a second?
hoping to find a body or something.
No. It is never weird to want to find what remains.
It was a long shot. They probably burned it because they were afraid of being associated. So there's nothing to see. It's okay.
I may not believe in all of the gods, but
Sure.
I know that in many places, having something left is important. Something you can feel like you brought them home. I know also in some places you can bring them home in different ways. If you would like, we come back here later. Maybe with something to bring them home.
Okay.
We can do that. Let's get to the church first. I need to make sure everything is as good as I left it.
Okay. Let's go.
You head to the church. It was a bit of a ramshackle building, less so now. But still, yeah. I mean, there's very few places here that genuinely look really awesome. Donovich is the last time Esmeralda was here, the main church area had been destroyed. Like, every single pew had been torn apart. The altar was only still intact because it was a solid slab of stone. Now, someone has manufactured out of the scraps of pews about a dozen benches, chairs, that sort of thing, that have been, and the rest of the space has been sort of swept clean as you enter. The priest, there doesn't appear to be anybody in the main chapel itself when you enter, but from one of the side rooms you hear a, "Hello?" Or rather, sorry, the accent's wrong. "Hello?"
I'm gonna put my hand on my blade because I don't know who the fuck's around here, and look at Ez.
Hello, it is I. This
Yes.
time without
Hi.
being in.
Ah, Mr. Venier. And I think I said he was a servant. If not, let's say he is. A servant man in the robes of a priest. And I'm not sure he was wearing the robes the last time. If he was, they would have been grubby. But I don't think so. I think he had gone a lot less. He was sort of trying. He is now wearing the full priestly vestments. And yeah, it's like he's found his faith again. The robes are the robes, Smoothie, you would know, of a priest of Henwin. And he says, Mr. Venier, a pleasure to see you again. Doro is still very well.
That is good. It looks like you have returned to some semblance of normal yourself.
I don't wear them outside, but I suppose I had lost something and you helped me find it. You and that
That is good.
crazy old man, a friend of yours.
Yes, that is a very accurate description.
Oh, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, we were in town and I figured this may be the safe place to be right now.
You are in the requirement of a safe place?
Potentially.
I see. Then my door is always open to you. Your friends? I don't believe I know the pleasure. Smoothie, you probably actually have met this man?
I was probably much smaller.
Yes.
We keep our head down around here. I will go. Sinus infection, right? Clogged nose?
A
few years back?
Oh! Yes, yes. A strange thing to be remembered for sure, but yes.
I was with
Biggin.
the man.
You
Yeah,
are, of course. Smoothie.
I
yes?
was. That's me.
I am glad to see you are still with us, young man.
Yeah. Well, ditto.
He would
Sir.
reach out for a handshake,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
and then when you take his hand, he would grasp it with both and pump it. He would say no more, but it's clearly a good to see you sort of. Yeah, and another fine amaranthine fearing lady, I'm sure.
Eleanor.
Alright.
Pleasure.
Donovich, my son Doro is around somewhere. I believe he is in the hayloft. Hey, Turquoise Vixen.
Sanox is gonna like just start scoping out the church for like exits, entries.
We are,
Ways
I
to-
believe, alone here.
Yeah, for now.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Areas that would
then,
need to get like boarded up.
then you are probably wanting to know there is a basement beneath. You have to go
Perfect.
out and around to get to the underground, though.
I feel like we're kind of jumping ahead a little bit here. So and I'll download the plan into his head. If Esmeralda trusts him, he's going to talk plainly.
I see. How can I help?
Well, Ez knows you better recently, but right now, I think this is probably the first place we're going to start sending people. so that they can be ready for the first step, which heads up to you. There might be a bunch of people holding a big dragon skull there with us.
They will be coming here.
I have no idea. I don't think that's the plan, but you know what they say about those things.
We just need a place to potentially get out of Dodge if necessary.
If it gets bad, then you might see them, is what I'm saying. Yes.
Right. Yeah, of course. Dragon skull. Of course. I'll be fascinated.
Yeah.
How big? The basement, you could probably fit it.
I think it's probably going to be able to fit in the basement. I hope so. This has been on my mind since we were told that we need to. Anyway, it's not important. But
It's a very large basement.
Yes.
Good.
My research.
Have you been, you don't happen to know much about Ravenloft since we're being open as?
What is it you require to know?
I'm still scoping out the entrances and exits. So far I've got 3. You know of any more? Servant's entrance, battlement's entrance, front door.
There is the Overwatch. It's not really an entrance, but it is a break in the wall.
Right. Where's that?
He says, come. And he leads you out the front door again and points directly upwards. And you can see, basically, the wall fully encompasses the castle, but around the side that is basically straight onto the cliff face. So you'd have to climb the cliff to get up to it. There is an outcrop of rock where there is a gate basically in the wall specifically to service this outcrop that has a balcony built onto it. And he says, that there is, if my history serves, from where Tatiana threw herself.
Does he go out there often?
No. He hates the place.
Ever?
Not
Yeah,
that I'm
thought he
aware
might.
of.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, mate.
But getting to would be very difficult. But you ask for entrances, that is the only other one I can think of.
Thank you.
Accessible possibly if you already have someone inside. Lower rope down.
Yeah, I mean,
Or someone who can fly.
I'm a pretty good climber too. But
It's
anyway,
1,000 feet.
I am overly confident,
And
and it has served me well.
Yes.
if we need to get up there, you said you got a strength potion. Goosh.
Oh yeah, I got your present. I thought you might.
The strength potion is in a syringe.
Oh.
It's
Alright.
from a legitimate source, I swear. Just don't. If you enter anything, maybe don't like only non-competitive events only.
No juicing
Technically, it
before
would
the
be
match.
cheating, yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Why do I feel so angry? Ah!
Yeah, it's just steroids.
Checks out.
It's not magic at all.
Magic steroids.
Yeah.
What time are we at?
It's probably been a couple of hours you've been in town.
Right. So, my understanding is we're best off approaching the castle in the middle of the day. Still only 2 o'clock. Do we go today? Do we go around and send some messages? We can
I
find
think we
some
should get
ravens.
everyone in position before we do anything. Hopefully by
Agreed.
that time, we'll everything will go well and everyone will be ready, and then we'll go. But if anything happens before then, we'll worry about it then.
All right.
Well,
So,
We will
So
need
do
to
we-
gather everybody But we will
Yeah.
also need to make sure they are aware of all of the backup plans. And we'll also need to make sure that we know what our attack time is. Are we attacking while it is midday and sunny? Are we attacking when he is not in the building? What is our plan?
I can only do so much as far as messages go. I think it's better to get them here, and then we'll see where we are. If we get lucky, it'll be a bright sunny day. If it's any other day in Barovia, then we'll make do with the crappy hand that we get.
Bright sunny and him not here. Ideal.
Yeah, not
Well-
gonna happen, but you never know.
So, your plan is to go in, get Dragon Skull, and then
I think the draft idea is for us to find out where the skull is, and then depending on if we've been caught by that or not, we pass that information on to the Mardikovs. From there, they can get it to the knights, and then they can be in position to help us for when we then look for the holy symbol of Ravenkind, the cask. If we find the Ravenkind symbol first, there's so many things we don't know, but if hopefully we find the skull and we let the Mardikovs know, and then we do what we can to be distracting or to get the Ravenkind symbol and be distracting so that they can get out, and then hopefully we can get some help.
We've got to find his resting place as well.
Yeah,
So,
I'm hoping that it all comes together, but
So it sounds to me like
knows?
you are wanting to go in, scout, find
Yeah.
out all these things, and then come out again, make plans.
I mean, in an ideal world.
yeah, I don't
I would
mind that
suggest
idea.
then the balcony not be an entrance point but exit. You
Yeah.
come in through a place, it could make them aware of that hole in their defenses.
Yeah, okay. So the plan is to scout, get that information, and meet back up, and then maybe they have some insight about how they want to proceed in terms of getting the skull to them. But I don't want to pick a fight without the knights. I think the knights will be useful,
Oh,
and they want to help.
no doubt. The last time they almost succeeded.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there are any left. Mind you, it doesn't sound like there's much of them left. But if anything, he has given them an advantage. Now they are undead.
Yeah.
Can't kill that which is
Advantage.
already dead. It's not a disadvantage, I would say. Perhaps better way of putting.
I knew what you meant.
Don't count on the undead though. Anything that, like him, he can control.
Maybe, but I gotta tell you, the leader, at least from what I understand, I don't think. I've passionate is my understanding.
Yes, this I have heard.
In fact,
the-
I think that is the reason he's alive.
Yes. The other thing I would say is the castle is very large.
Yeah.
It's not somewhere that you don't just nip in, find what you're looking for, and leave. It's a fair amount of time.
There's a whole bunch of things that could go wrong while we're in there, which is why my default is if we find the skull, we let the Mardikovs know so that they can break in if they need to on their own, and then we go looking for the symbol and or Strahd, depending on what we've got when.
Are there any ravens about? Crows.
Usually.
Yeah. So why don't we just put the word out?
Is there one happening to be here at this very moment, looking through a window, perhaps?
There is
I mean,
not right now, but if you went outside and waited
Yeah.
for 5-10 minutes, you'd probably spot one.
They said they'd have crows about the place, keeping an eye.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So shall we send and ask them to meet us here? Or
I don't want to
wait
talk
for
to them out
word?
in the open. I think Strahd probably knows who they are and what they can do, but I don't want to give the game away for anybody else.
So can we ask a crow to come inside?
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, it might be one of them, or I'll just, yeah.
Well, they can talk to just normal crows.
They can.
Yeah.
And normal crows, I've always understood the normal crows kind of understood us enough that we could pass on a message.
I agree with you. I'm just saying I wouldn't do it out in the open. That's the only
Yeah,
difference.
You are talking to crows.
Well, I mean, I don't judge you for your funny robes.
Yeah, look, there's stuff that might be beyond our purview today.
I see. I was only curious.
Yeah.
There is often crows in that tree over there.
I'd be happy to just for what it's worth, they're friendly. Probably.
I've always assumed that.
Well, there you go.
Are some not?
Nah,
As
crows
far
are
as I
nice.
know, yeah.
I think.
In
Let's
general,
just-
if you see a crow, I'm just gonna say that they might be more useful than you think. That's all I'm gonna say because it's not our business to spread around. Is what
Very well.
I'm saying.
Potentially,
Um,
we just make the church an aviary. It's fine.
It is a secret that the Smoothies trying not to
Yeah, no,
spill
no.
their
I get it.
business
Yeah, we get
everywhere.
it.
So
You go outside.
Josh gave me a weird look.
You get a crow. I was more of a. We turned the thing into an aviary. He was what he's reacting to. So you go outside. You stand around for about 5 minutes. You spot a crow and sort of gesture for it to come down to you, and it does. Just because it's curious. Just because I'm curious, where are Soot and Twig?
I've been paying attention to those motherfuckers.
They're both
They're
in my
exceptions.
pocket. So Twig is a sapling now because Twig, they took him out and he was reborn.
Yeah.
It's okay, buddy. So he's in
So you're
one-
carrying around a pot plant, and
Yep. And a dragon. Yep.
and a small dragon.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing, neither of them are small enough to fit in a pocket, is my point. Like, Soot is the size of a cat, at least.
Soot holds himself up. He's like he
Yeah.
kind of he goes round
like
things.
Apu
He's
the
wrapped around
monkey.
an arm, then he like
Sure.
puts a head out, and I made a thing to carry the.
So you've made yourself a, like, knapsack, a shoulder strap for the pot plant. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
just because he wouldn't fit in my shield pocket.
Yeah.
very sad.
It would.
Embrace.
You could make it so that it could fit onto the back of the shield, but sometimes shields get broken. You don't really want to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
A pot
He's
papoose.
like, but I reckon I got the pot like underneath my armor, like in terms of like so that it's at the bottom of the armor where the armor
Yeah.
plates meet. So the armor's kind of yeah.
Yeah, your hip plate is kind of covering it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The pot poos. Alrighty. Cool. That was just out of mild curiosity. You bring the crow in. You tell the crow.
To get the gang to come here, yeah? Meet him in the basement, here. Are they coming? Or are they waiting for further instructions? I think they should come. I'm asking you, Smoothie.
I'm not talking to the crow. It is just a crow.
not-
It hasn't
I'm
turned
not-
into a person.
I'm trying to work out. Yeah, are we telling them
Huh?
to come?
What? You were having such a lovely chat. What's the question?
Are we telling them to come and meet us here, or
Yeah.
are we telling? Yeah, cool, great,
I think so.
mate.
Yeah, just stick with that. Simple,
Could-
small.
Spread the word. Come meet us here, this church basement.
The crow caws and then flutters and takes off and flies out the door. Yeah, with purpose. And you're like, okay, wow, that was really easy. Yeah, great. Who needs phones?
I think that worked.
This is why we should all be nicer to pigeons in real life, guys. Because
Yes.
that's what we used them for a long time, and it's
why
not
we
their
have so
fault
many
that
of
we
them.
gave up on them. We're bad people. That's why they're there. Anyway.
Yeah. Cool. So you summon the Mardikovs, but them being here, they're just so your intent is that they will be here in preparation for you to have a
Run
use
away.
for them.
Yeah, well, again, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, other players, that my thought process is that we've got so much to cover. If they owe us a favor, the best thing they can do and what works for them is being quiet and sneaky and having a lot of them. So if they get their collective crow unit together, they can find a way to get the fucker out while we go do something else. The skull is what I'm referring to,
Very well.
right? It seems to me.
They could do reconnaissance.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
yeah. And I was gonna. Do you want to, Smoothie? Do you want to ask Aragal if he found another entrance point? Do that thing you do with your head.
Yeah, let's not tell him about Jonas's house.
Let's not tell him about fuck all, mate. He doesn't need to know anywhere what. Just ask him if he knows where the entrance is. We don't
Yeah.
need. He doesn't need to meet us anywhere.
I just wanted to mention about Jonas because I think he'd probably know we're gathering at the church. But in case this all goes bad, Jonas's house is a backup.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I don't even necessarily want him here. But
I didn't say that. I just said he'd probably assume, given.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Do you want to?
You
do you want
sent
to see if
you sent to Aragal.
Yeah, Esmeralda would look like she was going to talk real quick. Anything, Es?
I still think we should probably let the old man know where
Yeah.
we're at.
Yeah, well, I can
Even
get
if he
in touch with him now.
doesn't, like here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get in touch with everyone if we're ready to pull the crossbow bolt on that trigger.
Crossbows still have triggers.
They do, yeah.
You could just pull the trigger. Yeah. Cool. So you send to Aragal.
Okay. Yeah, to Aragal. Oh boy. Okay, this is gonna be. Here's the trick with this. Any information that he gives me is limited to 25 words.
Yeah.
So this is with the addendum party that if I don't get enough information, or if I don't feel confident, we're gonna have to invite him, or we're gonna have to find a place to talk to him, because I might need these spell slots if they happen to find us and they ambush us or some shit. Okay, so hang on, let me look at my spell slots first. In a minute. Okay, apparently I'm okay. I've used all my third, so I've got 2 slots I can use today.
You should be you should be fresh. You had a long rest.
Oh, okay. All right then.
That was yesterday, I think.
All right, that's fine.
Unless you've cast spells this morning.
No. 0 things. Okay. So I'll use my first one of the day, and I'll get in touch with Aragal and say, "What's the question we want to ask him?" Short version, please.
Have you got us a way in?
Thank you, God. Have we got a way in? Okay, let's do that.
Okay. He sends
That's
back
the question.
2 options.
Okay.
Lower down the rope from battlement, or lower longer rope from lookout.
Okay.
Or, third option, servant's entrance.
Longer rope from where?
Lookout.
Knockout.
The one that was already...
Not Overwatch. Look out.
The Overwatch, the lookout. Yeah, same.
Okay,
Sorry,
yeah,
same thing.
okay.
Yeah.
Splash Overwatch. Okay. And the last one was servants' quarters. Okay. I would
Is he
also
already
have
there?
added in that message, because I would have had extra words. Stand by until we confirm.
Yeah.
Just hang wherever you are. We'll hang
He
where
is
we are.
inside. Yeah, he's in there.
Oh, he's
you
inside.
can infer
right, because he's a double agent at this
and
point.
he's
Right.
preparing to let down ropes. He would have to be inside to do so.
I see. Okay then. That's useful. I'll pass that on. Jack is notoriously bad at translating words to images in his head. So this is where I'm gonna hit my microphone apparently. This is where I'm gonna let y'all kind of decide what works best because I would never fucking clue. But the next message will go to Van Richten, and I will say aside. What was before I do? Just because I wanted just a general memory of the vibe that we left off in. Did he leave on good terms? Does it all seem well, or is
I
it
think
kind of
so.
bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
He'd been bitten
Then
by a wereprowler, as had Trish.
right.
And he'd already taken a potion. He'd already, burned the spell to heal himself, or he was planning to. But yeah, he and Trish he'd been subtle about that. He'd only spoken to Trish about it. Don't worry, Mitch. She's fine. She got fixed of that. She has since been bitten by a vampire as well.
Yeah. We are in the church in Barovia. I'm just going to call it Barovia Village because I'm going to get my shit confused.
Yeah.
I will say, could you please, manners are important, let us know when you could arrive. If you can bring other friends, let me know.
He sends back almost immediately. About 2 days out. Have found ally. Helpful chap. Selenox might have heard of him. Hopefully, it's still a work in progress, but very hopeful. Can meet you at the church in Barovia 2 days.
Okay. Right. And then, okay, so we've done Van Richten, we've done Aragol, we've done Van Richten. The Silver Dragons cannot leave their location until they have the skull, correct? Is that how that works?
They're in a bit of a bind. They can leave their location to get the skull, but they can't enter the castle. So if you were to tell them ahead of time that you were about to get rid of it, about to chuck it out the window, they could be there in under an hour, because they're ghosts and they can move very, very fast.
Right.
They could be there to get it and then take it home about an hour later.
Cool. I'll send another message then, and because who knows, they're military. Maybe we could use their experience or their insight, and I'll say the same thing. Church in Barovia, skull extraction coming soon. When can you join us?
I need to look up the name of the guy, but yeah, the
I know the
revenant,
gentleman. Yeah,
the guy that you're getting in contact with.
Godfrey, I think.
Godfrey,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
I thought they said that they'd know when we got it out.
Yeah, they actually would. Hey, they did say that. Yeah.
That like when we put it out
Yeah,
the
but-
window, they would like know.
They'd
But
be
if
able
they're
to sense
closer,
that.
that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
And if they're here, we can ask them for insights about Stripe
Godfrey-
because they actually fought him,
Godfrey
which isn't the
sends,
worst thing right now.
I can be there in an hour or so. 3 would be easier, but is it urgent? How close are we?
I'll send another one. That's on me for not being specific. I will just say, be there as soon as you can. No immediate rush.
Those are 2 different things.
Oh, right. You're right. Bring. I would say then.
There's
Bring as many as you can. but no immediate rush. As in, like, we've got time now, so we're setting up. So yeah, that's what I'll say.
Okay.
Bring as many as you can is probably more important.
Right. We're getting ready. We're setting up. We're getting ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
He's like, right. He sends back, right, I shall marshal the troops for the extraction. And we will be ready for your call.
I did tell them to meet us here, but if they...
He can't leave for very long and just wait around.
Right. Okay, so it's basically the same as not being able to leave. Okay. Then
he can go if
fine.
he has a very specific reason to go, but he can't just sort of, all right, we're all leaving for 3 days. Bye. He can go and then bounce back is the thing.
Okay, so he'll get that information just like, okay, so they can't join us until we get the skull out, then they'll extract. So they're basically out of the picture until we deal with the skull. Fine. Okay. So that's how we go. I will send a message to the were prowlers. And I will say, I will send it to the mate whose name escapes me, but the one we specifically allied with.
Yeah.
And I will just say the same thing again. I'll probably phrase it a different way though. The people that hurt, and I can't remember if he was kidnapped. The mate, was he kidnapped?
He was killed, I think.
He was killed.
I believe so.
Kidnapped and killed.
Right. We are gearing up against the man who killed your husband. Your mate. That's what the word would be.
Yeah.
We're gearing up against the man who killed your mate. If you want revenge, we'll be here for the next 2 days minimum. Church, Barovia Village.
She sends back, I cannot come, but you sold a couple of others on your ideas. Those that wish to follow you will be there.
Okay.
I will be circumspect, however, about who I tell.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, there's still loyalists. And with that, I don't think I've ticked off everything I've got written down. Is there anything I'm forgetting, gang?
In terms of allies?
People to contact, yeah.
No, I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think so.
No. There was, I guess, I mean, fuck it. Let's give it a go. I will send another one to the, I'm not sure what you would call them, just the feral warriors that we met in the Amber Temple.
Yeah, the ones that like Trish, the barbarians.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
I'll phrase it the same way, which is, but actually I'll make it very simple.
Wise.
Big fight, big spoils. Church, Barovia Village. Friends of Trish need your help.
You hear back, always big
Yep.
fight, Barovia Village. We burn.
I'll use one more. Castle. Just one word.
She sends back.
This will be his last message that he sends. He wants to keep his fifth. So,
Mitch, can you please roll me a D2 in chat? Exclamation mark, roll, space, the number 2. And Jack, pick highs or lows.
it's D&D. Let's go with highs.
Highs. That's a 2.
Yeah.
Hey. She says...
Did Ro mention how much she loves That's a meme from my show.
Thank you very much. She says, biggest fight then. I will see Trish soon.
Yeah, yep. I am Trish.
I'm sure Esmeralda can cast Disguise Self, be Trish for a little while.
Well,
yeah.
we'll deal with that when we get there. They'll be 2 days away. All good.
Yeah, cross that bridge when you come to it. So,
yep.
Your allies you're expecting are Van Richten,
yep,
Aragal, the Barbarian Chieftainess,
The Revenant,
the Revenants, fuck me,
the Werecrows, and the Rare Prowlers.
and the Were Peeps.
Sounds like a Wizard of Oz line.
It does, doesn't it?
Diddle diddle diddle.
We represent the Wereprowler Guild.
I'm just getting the line which in the wardrobe, like
Yeah.
the titles of everybody.
Cool. Alrighty. So, how are you planning to get into the castle?
Well, I reckon we get Aragal to throw us down a rope. Or we go through the servant's entrance, get him to open it up from the inside.
I would ask Esmeralda which one is the most likely to get. Actually, here's a good question. If she's been in the castle before, I would ask her, where is the wine cellar? Because if we know that, then that might dictate what entrance is better. Because if we can grab that first, that's always good.
The name is cellar, so underground. So the lower to the ground, the better.
So servants' quarters then might be better.
The overlook is also on the ground floor.
Right. And where did we say we would find Strahd?
Well, we reckon he might.
His crypt, which is also underground.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But he probably won't be sleeping at the moment because it's late afternoon now.
I'm not suggesting we do it this moment, no.
No, I know, but if we're going in the cellar, hopefully he's not in the cellar at this point.
The cellar and the crypt would be different
but
places.
he would be adjacent, is my suggestion.
Yeah, they'd be nearby.
They'd be nearby each other.
Yeah.
Which might mean that it's better to look for the skull, of which we have no idea what that would be.
It's in a ballroom, isn't it? Someone told us it was in a ballroom.
Grand ballroom sounds big and central and on a ground floor. So servants' quarters seems to be what I would assume is the best entrance based on what we know. Mind you, if we go up, we might learn more, head down, and then if we're wrong, then we can kind of go from there almost. If we're up and it's like on a middle floor, then we can and we can see, maybe.
The only other thing I would suggest that Esmeralda would know is that Strahd is, I mean, you all know this bit, Strahd is pretty pompous and exceptionally up on, but this is important because the rich people don't inhabit the bits of the castle where the servants live.
Yeah. That's what I reckon the servants' entrance, because he wouldn't hang out there, or the Overwatch, because it's an area that we've been told he doesn't go to.
Longer rope from the Overwatch, which is high up, so that kind of
We have been told that would be a good place to escape from.
Escape, yeah.
Not necessarily to enter.
All right. I don't have, honestly, I'm not married to any of them. I think servants' quarters makes a ton of sense. I just think that we're also, like, I'm separating the character from the player a little bit. We don't know what we're walking into. So the more we have a chance to explore, the more we potentially don't get fucked when we
Come back
inevitably
later.
have to fight. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon servants entrance is that. I was thinking the Overwatch could be fine for in and out if we're not discovered, but it's a good exit plan because we
Alright.
can just jump.
I
That's
mean,
true.
Like 2 of us can just jump.
so I may have sort of placed things a little bit. To
Yep.
get in through the servants' quarters, you would still have to penetrate the walls. There is no
Okay.
hole in the
So we
wall.
need rope anyway.
So you'll have to either get in over the wall, through the gate, or through the Overwatch. Are the Overlook are the 3 ways in through the walls. Once you've gone through the Overlook, you can go in through any of the others. You can take the main door, you can take the servants' entrance, or you can go up on the battlements and get in through an upper window. Sort of
Okay,
situation.
so here's my thought, and I don't mind, but I think we should assume that whatever time we get Aragal to use the rope, it might be the only time we get the chance to do that. Who knows what he'll do? Who knows whether people will notice? So, if we're planning to go in twice, which may not happen, we may be in there until the end. But if we're planning to go in twice, do we want to go in and assume things might go bad and use the rope, or do we want to go in with hope and keep that in our pocket? As in not using rope and going through the gate.
I think going through the gate, wouldn't that be more... what's the word?
Dangerous?
Obvious.
Hard? Yeah, I agree. But what I'm saying is that ace in the hole we might not be able to use only once.
Yeah, but...
Probably
so
will.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we're heading in this time to look around.
Yeah.
It's quite possible the next time we show up, we might just knock on the front door.
True. Okay.
So this time we go the stealthy way, and the next time, if that option's no longer open to us, we can always just walk up to the front door. I reckon
Okay.
he'll let us in.
Okay. Sure. Rope it is.
It's now sort of mid-afternoon at the very earliest. Would you be going today, or are you going tomorrow?
Hell no. I've used all of my 3rd and 4th levels.
And you still have to tell Aragal how you want to get in.
Yeah, we're gonna do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say maybe I'll use my
Essentially
5th
wait
now,
for more
but I'd
people.
rather keep it in case we get caught or something. Like Jack isn't expecting that, but Smoothie might.
Sure, fair enough. Alrighty. Cool. So Aragal's waiting to hear from you, but he'll wait as long as he has to wait.
Yeah.
And you have an evening. And unless you have anything more that you want to say or do, I think we'll leave it there.
I want to go on a little scout. I want to see if I can find a nice juicy raw steak for the kid's birthday breakfast.
You absolutely
so
can
cute.
do that. Selenox is probably, of the 3 of you, the least notable. Like, she's an armored warrior wandering around, but not a wanted person in quite the same way that the 2 of you would be. Sel can absolutely locate a breakfast feast for Smoothie. For not a meaningful amount of coinage, you can describe me. You all have a long rest. You all rest up, and I think we'll leave it at Selenox presents Smoothie the following morning with a breakfast. You have all been put up in the church. The priest has arranged you. It's piles of hay, but relatively comfortable hay, in the main nave. and he, if would Selenox have shared her plans with Donovich, that he may assist?
I mean, if he asked, but I wouldn't have gone out of my way to tell him.
No. So he would say, I shall see you in the morning. Does anyone have any... I shall see you in the morning. Does anyone have request breakfast?
Oh,
Well, don't go out of your way.
got it sorted.
He there's no way that you could say that the smoothie wouldn't hear it. Did he just fail?
Maybe we hold off.
No.
Warning.
I've got a thing. I was doing a thing. I'll take a picture of it later.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
It's
He
a
says,
good thing.
Very well.
It's a good thing. If we can go through the scene, yeah. I'm very excited.
My son and I normally, and you've met Doru, by the way, by now, and he is shy and quite gaunt. He keeps a distance from all of you. It doesn't appear, after a while you figure out it's not fear, at least not of you, but it is still like a caution around other people. More like he doesn't trust himself rather than he doesn't trust you, however. But he is polite and friendly enough. And his father is... so affectionate with his son. It's... yeah, he is just exceptionally kind. And... yes, normally we do just bread and cheese breakfast twice. But if it is sorted, it is sorted. Very well. It is always polite to provide one's own victuals when one is staying as an unexpected guest. And he says, well, then we bid you good night. And the two of them retire to their rooms. And the following morning dawns bright and early. A Gallus says, "Get up!" And
Hi.
Breakfast! Happy. I don't know if we sing in this universe.
we definitely, Josh is ruling now, do not sing that fucking song.
Oh, great. Because it was going to be the
sing the
most
Stevie Wonder one.
key version. It's got to be off key. It's not your birthday unless it's off key. It's got to be off key.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's one that I'm informed they sing in Africa. Is "It's your birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday." That one would be,
Amazing.
if anything, that is I'm ruling what they sing in this world.
Most appropriate.
And
I'm gonna
off-key.
look down and just go, thanks. And I'm gonna look over at the curtain window. And every day, internet, as a level 10 cleric, I can roll for divine intervention. I have to get under a 10 in a D100. And I got a 1. And so, Josh, if you'll permit me, I'll go. And I'll rush over. And Josh, if you want to describe how much sun there is, that's all he wanted. Just sun out in some capacity so that... And I don't think he'd be asking for it. He wouldn't be asking Titan or the Sun Mother or anyone actively. He's jaded and he's tired and he doesn't expect anyone to come help. But in his subconscious, he'd be dreaming about it, just going like anything. And he'd rip open the curtains. What does he see?
He sees the population of Barovia are out. There are people just staring at the sky. There are children running around chasing each other. There are there is a single musician playing a love song on a violin, and the clouds, of which there are still many, are patchy, and rays of sun every now and again just burst through, and it's very... There are bits of dark and there are bits of light, and as you step out, you get caught square in the face with a beam of light.
Oh, it hurts so bad. Sal!
The bat.
It's your birthday.
And I'm gonna reach out for her hand and just go, look, 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 look. Is Ez there? Is Ez awake? Ez, wake up!
It's just kind of hobbles over.
Look!
It is sun.
It is sun. And I have steak. And it's my birthday. Thanks. I'm hungry. Oh, it's a good day.
And I think we'll
Did
leave
not
it
get
there.
many of those.
Wow, that was cool. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of the dice because I know that's inconvenient.
Please do.
I love that.
001.
I love that taking a picture of the dice in some way means it's true. Like, I believe you, I absolutely do. But it's not overly difficult to turn the dice to 1 and 0. But I do believe you, and it is very cool, and I really like it. I was just like, that is perfect. That is the dice telling the story. So guys, we will leave it there for today. Come back next week and see how Smoothie's birthday raid goes.
Raid day! Woo!
This is what we do on our 18th birthday,
We're
don't
gonna
we?
play WoW on my birthday.
Yeah. Look, you're going to go out with your 2 mums, and you are going to infiltrate the castle of a
Honestly, sounds
random...
pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
look, sounds fun to me.
Yeah.
So, that is the end of our stream, guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. And now we're going to do a quick round of what we like to do at the end of our streams called Favorite Moments. It's something we stole unapologetically from the dreaded GM, where we go around the room and tell each other what a great job we did, because role-playing is hard and being creative is difficult, but it's nice to be told you did good sometimes. So, can I get a D4 in chat? Exclamation mark, roll space, the number 4. To decide who we're going to talk about first. I love that I gaily... Number 1. Well, that's me then. There we go. What? Well, ha 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 ha. No, I love going first. Let's do that. Thanks, Mitch.
I really enjoyed Jonas. And I don't know how much of Jonas was planned.
Nope, none
but
of it.
I really enjoyed it.
Fucking none.
Amazing! Love it. Love it. It was
Made
great.
him up on the fly.
Loved
Thank
it.
you.
My favorite
Yeah.
moment wasn't actually in game. It was before the game started, and it was your opening rap.
Oh yeah, that was great. That was great.
Just
That-
the tones today.
For those who, like, if you didn't recognize it, that's the beginning of Rock DJ. That's by Robbie Williams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean we're getting a rap each week this
Not
season?
a rap. I'm not promising a rap, but no. It is something I started doing for Elements and Evil, where I begin with I work it into a piece of popular music because it's a fun way to do it. And I never actually said what Elton John, with trepidation that Elton John must have felt on the morning of October 11th, 1997. That was the day. I had something else I started doing where I like to do a little bit of just a little history factoid. That was the day that Candle in the Wind came out. Candle in the Wind is the best-selling single of all time.
Cool.
It was also topped the charts for 14 weeks, which at the time was close to a record. Whitney Houston had also done 14 weeks at the time, but then somebody else... Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men had done 16 weeks by that point as well. And Mariah Carey has since done even better. In fact, the longest time any song has spent at number one is 19 weeks. And that happened last year. Shabuzi, the bar song.
I know who that is.
I didn't fucking either until I listened to it. I was like, oh no, I do know this song, but I couldn't have told you who it
He
was.
was nominated against
Boozy.
Beyonce or something like
Yeah.
at the awards
Yep.
earlier.
And 19
Sounds
weeks,
like a
nearly
science
5
fiction
months.
bad guy from like a
I know,
50s
right?
bad movie. It's the Shabuzi, run!
Also, Old Town Road also spent 19 weeks at number one, but it was 1 week for the original version and then 18
My
weeks
favorite Josh moment
for the crossover. There you are. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
was I think the so this is a little behind the scenes thing. So occasionally we talk with Josh and we're like, okay, like how do we kind of deal with this business, because it's, you know, part game, part show, and we want to make sure it's all entertaining. And I'm like, okay, well, Smoothie still has a little bit of business to do with Murder House, so to speak. And Josh is like, I think it's burned down. And I'm like, that works. That makes it really easy to transition into the actual business that we need to get through to get the game going. And that nice little bit of collaboration was a really good example of a good DM, because, you know, it's just like, yep, I think this is this. And because being a DM is one thing, but being a streaming GM is very different. You do have to spin a ton more plates, and to try and keep it entertaining for an audience is a ongoing challenge that I can understand. So I thought that was a really smooth, nice bit of business there. The fire transition, the fiery corpse in the room, the house.
Yeah.
You Luke Skywalkered me. Now that I think about it. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Oh, you never saw the corpse though. He at least saw the bodies.
Yeah, metaphorical corpse. Yeah.
Although last Monday night I bishoped Terrace.
Oh.
If you're looking for a space sci-fi reference, everything was fine, and then a xenomorph stabbed him through the chest with the tail spear. They met a
What game was
xenomorph
this?
in the Humblewood.
Oh, good.
We were playing Major Magica, not D&D.
I was like, Josh is running Alien? I want in. Fucking.
I would have told you if I was running Alien. No, they picked the adventure that happened to feature that I'd written that happened to feature a xenomorph, and Terrace's favorite movie is Alien. Happened to
taste.
work really well. Yeah, and Tiny Fennec Foxboy died. However, he had just been cloned, so.
So it's a happy ending.
Kind of. He was alright. He got better. Alright, my favorite me moment was Van Richten.
Oh yeah.
I have a couple, but yeah, I think Van Richten and Jonas talking about how he killed his mum. Both for reasons that will become apparent. But I'm not prepared to go now, because I just seeded a couple of really cool things into the story.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy with that.
What is
I mean, I
foreshadowing?
nearly cried, but in a good way. Yeah, he was fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty, well then we need a D3 this time. Exclamation mark, roll space, the number 3. No D. We don't like the D here. Well. I can't speak for
Throw him in a dog. I will never not laugh.
Hello, Ardurian Tales. Nice to see you, mate. Thank you very much, Mitch. That's a row. Favorite romance, everybody. Favorite Selenox.
Shopping
We
with
know.
Selenox.
Yeah, I love that you started a
shopping
shopping episode. I'm gonna start,
You
with
were in such agony. You're like,
And
fucking
such your
shoot me in the
aggro.
face.
with the shopkeeper.
Jonas.
Just like, hello, and you're like, in sight.
That's
Until
fair.
my guy's so happy.
Yeah. Yep.
Suspicious.
I was pretty convinced it was Strahd in disguise until pretty, like, halfway through.
He's a very good actor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's Strahd or?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah, it wasn't. Jonas
Yeah.
isn't real. Mitch says Selenox shopping, being all chummy and saying, "We're your friends and give us a discount," immediately followed by, "All right, get me out of here."
The reveal of the brother.
Ooh, yes.
I don't know how you held on to that for
It's been
so
a
long.
slow burn. Yeah.
That is crazy. Because I'm an
one
information
never asked.
slut. I can't help it. Like, I'm just like, did you know? Just like, yeah, fucking Jack, shut the fuck up for 2 seconds. Like, you're the opposite. Like, you're really good at kind of keeping those cards for your chest for maximum, like, oh, intriguing.
He's actually been on the other show.
Oh, has he been on now?
Yeah.
Oh. Is he okay?
He's fine.
Okay.
Ask no further questions.
As an NPC or a player?
Yeah, as an NPC.
Okay. There you go. Scour through the.
Yeah, well, I watched.
Internet.
Josh had told me at some point that he might be on, and I watched diligently, and then he wasn't on, and now I stopped watching for a while, and apparently he's been on.
They're
That's
nowhere
the
near
idea,
the Hold the
sorry.
Heart anymore, so yeah, you know, he's not going to pop up again for a little while. Yeah.
So I think that was really great, but yeah, actually I'll wait. There might be people might say the other things I have written down. So
Ellie?
I'll hold off.
Well, I mean, mine was just shopping with Selenox, but also the Vistana burn. Where it was like,
The realization
Trying
she's
to
the
get
only one in the
back to
group
it.
who isn't a Vistana.
I was trying to be nice at that point.
but they're not all terrible, and
Yeah,
literally
they
they're just like, yes, they are.
Generally speaking. Yeah.
We can say that, yes, they are.
Yeah. But like that
She's
I
like,
could
"But I
yeah, I
can't."
could fit it was like British comedy awkwardness. Just
Yeah.
kind of like
Beautiful.
Yes.
I can't agree
Slowly
or disagree.
Just going to stand
Just,
here and
can
smile.
we move on?
Yeah.
Dig the grave deeper before we, stir.
Yeah. Favorite
Because
self?
if you'd agreed, we could have gone like, what do you mean?
What do you say?
Yeah. I enjoyed mapping out battle situations and having
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 different exit strategies, making sure it was all that was fun.
Yeah. You play soldier well. Excellent. We need a D2 then, please, to choose between Ellie and Smoothie. Ellie and Jack. Don't know if I've shown this off. This is my Corsair's Cove mug.
Nice.
I saw that Karen,
Oh, cool.
Mother on Bunnies was on the outside of your mug, and I was like, that's so
Yeah.
cute.
Should I roll?
Yeah, go for it.
Roll space 2.
Yep.
Oh,
Ah, we got
Got
a
a
2.
two.
It's
It was
a 2
meant
on
to
the
be
die.
2-2.
It's you.
That's you.
That's a Jack.
Yes.
That's why I don't do it. I always roll myself.
Yep.
Alrighty, favorite Jack moments, favorite Smoothie moments. Oh, I know. I have it exactly. The crushed cake. Is that what you wanted to go back to Valaki for?
yeah.
Yeah. No, perfect. I
the
think it would have
bakery.
been unnecessary to actually role play that
Yeah, it worked
interaction.
out.
But yeah, no, that was beautiful. Yeah.
The bringing in of bringing back up Riordan,
Yeah.
and then the reaction to like I enjoyed the early on the like if you see this guy, don't take him out. Like there was kind of an implied like I want to take him out almost, and
Yeah.
then when you saw him just like losing your shit,
Yeah.
I liked that. That
He's not brave like you. Yeah.
yeah, he is.
He's
Just not when
he is brave,
We
but
know
he's
that.
not brave like Cell.
Yeah, it's different.
He's
He's also
very
very-
brave, but he's not as practiced at putting that fear away as Cell
Yeah.
is.
Oh yeah, he's the tormentor. So I knew that might happen. So yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I just love the sheer amount of smoothie lore we got today. It was good. Because as someone who came in after a lot of this stuff had already happened,
Yeah.
like it was nice for me to kind of see how that was explained to a character that wasn't physically there, but also as Ez, it was just kind of oh, okay, something's happened here that's really important. How can I help? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it was really sort of you played that so well where it was like you were strong, but you were vulnerable, and it was nice.
Favorite self?
Oh, I can't go past the die roll. That had nothing to do with me, but like that's chef's kiss shit. That's
No, it is.
because I'd rolled for the previous night, like, you know, that day, and then it's a new day. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to announce it because like I think it's more interesting if I'll just, you know, see what happens. And then I got the one, and it's there on the VOD. You can watch it back. Me going, holy fuck.
And that's
So-
why I believed it, because I was like, your
Yeah.
reaction was so real at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Just that coincidence of me, because I knew I was going to do the birthday stuff. Like I had that idea like a year ago. I'm like because the whole thing is he's young. Like he becomes an adult, and that's when like the big decision has to be made about how to deal with Strahd. And then for that to happen, where like some like either Titon asked the Sun Mother, whose name escapes me, Ardea, that's right, for a favor, or Ardea happened to be out there. It's not important. It doesn't matter. Like that is so beautiful and poetic, and I love it when the dice do that, because, you know, like if he had gone in with no faith, I don't know what would have happened. And now I don't know. Like I had an idea of what the narrative was going to be, and now I truly don't know, because we actually have a shot here, and he knows that. Like that, like the sun is out. We have a shot.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So yeah, very, very cool.
Excellent. Alrighty, well, favorite LEB moments then.
Yep. I loved the what comes next, and then your specific answer with like, I think it will involve dancing. It was so cute.
Oh,
It was so in character. It was her being vulnerable in her Esmeralda little way, you know, because for those viewers who don't quite get what that means, Esmeralda famously is not a dancer. Had to be dragged kicking and screaming onto the dance floor to humor Smoothie at one point, who is a dancer because he embraces that part of his Vistani culture. And then her admitting that, like, actually this would be fun, and I'm not just saying that, like, you know, like that would be a fun thing to do, to just let go and enjoy myself for a moment, is poetic and beautiful, and I loved it.
I'm gonna say... Oh no, you go first.
I really enjoyed the offer of like ceremony or remembrance of Biggins.
Yeah.
Like the kind of conversation around like what that could look like, and the thought being Smithy to accept that offer.
Absolutely.
That was really nice.
I can't wait to have that scene if I get the chance to have it. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Katana Ichi, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. Yeah, we just got another follow. I'm gonna tag along to what Rose said, because that was my favorite as bit as well. As you were passing, I think it was as you were passing, mine is slightly earlier, it was as you were passing the burned building, and Smoothie had his reaction to it, and as expressing care in that moment was... I think I say it quite a lot, as Ellie plays as very subtly, and that was a really lovely piece of very subtle storytelling, very subtle care, concern that was really nicely done. And just in a lot of ways, she's actually more of a badass than Selenox. And so seeing that the cracks where the person comes through is really cool. And you find
that's a
some
good way of
lovely
putting
moments
it.
to put it. Yeah.
She definitely has that kind of badass facade almost. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
She didn't talk much this session, to be fair. She's kind of like, I'm going to let you guys do it. Enjoy. Guess I'll talk about myself.
Yeah.
Entering the church, just kind of the jabs with the priest. That's always my favorite thing. 'Cause I just remember the episode we did with that when they first met, and him just being like, "No, don't help me," and she's just like, "I'm gonna help you." Accept my help. So yeah, no, it's nice to see how kind of she was able to re-meet that character in a totally different light, and just have that fun interaction. It was good.
And it's fun to be able to show the impact that you've had on this world, because this is a very bleak campaign, and it goes to a sort of almost a second favorite me moment of being able to show you the good places, the good things that you have achieved, that there is good in the world. Alrighty, well, excellent. We've all been thoroughly flattered. I think we should go away from here now because we've been streaming for a gosh darn while. I imagine Jack is rather tired. I know I am. But he's further around the world than I am. So we shall go away from here now, but thank you very much for streaming with me this evening, guys. Ro, where the heck can we find other stuff that you are doing?
Hi, I'm Roro. I'm a Perth or Bulu-based educator and theatre maker, and you can check out my link tree, which is in the chat right now. It will take you to my Facebook page, which is Roro Productions. It will take you to my Instagram, which is @Cradventurers, and it will take you to previous videos of episodes of this show and episodes of Jack Squarepeg's show, of course, that one as well. What were you doing? You distracted me. What did you think?
I was acknowledging.
Oh, you were giving acknowledgement.
Yeah.
I was like, and then I was like,
Jack.
Cowboys,
That's me.
Corsairs, Cowboys. I don't know. Anyway, all
Names
of that.
are hard.
Sorry, I'm very tired. I was on school camp this week, and I'm tired.
Ugh, gross. Alrighty. Jack, who the heck are you? You're a big old square peg.
Hopefully he
Hello,
remembers,
everybody.
'cause
I own Corsairs Cove. I don't know if you know. Ro said so. So if you could just...
If Ro just says things, does it make them true? Ro, I've got a
she's
bunch of
pretty
things I need you to
authoritative.
say.
Just forward me the payment, if that's cool. All right. So
Welcome
yes.
to all the
Anyway,
dozens
my name
of
is
dollars.
Jack. Hello. Yeah, and the debt. Yeah. Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Jack Squarepeg. You can find me on all the social media garbage and on YouTube and on Twitch. There. Coming this Thursday, we are doing a tribute to the classic Martin Scorsese film Goodfellas with a Call of Cthulhu adventure called Deadfellas, which, tiny bit of spoilers, will not necessarily be about a mythos entity this time, but about gangsters and their tendencies to kill each other. And I'll leave it at that. So,
Hashtag spoilers.
Hashtag spoilers. Yep.
Just a little bit.
So you know, see what you can glean from that, and I look forward to seeing you this coming Thursday at 7:30 p.m. AEDT. See you then.
ADT, which would be
Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Times.
so it's
5:30?
about 5:30 or 4:30 over here.
Don't know.
Are you 3 hours ahead? What time is it there right now?
3 hours at the moment.
12:30
12:30?
a.m.
Yeah, cool. So you're 3 hours ahead right now, which means it'll be 4:30 in the afternoon, which is good because it means you'll be on and then I will come on and you'll be nearly finished, so people can watch both. Go to Jack and then come and watch us afterwards, because I'm Josh the Pirate, and you can find me here on my channel, Corsairs Cove, where I run D&D and other RPG-related games with my lovely wife Karen, the mother of bunnies, and all my splendid friends, and Siri, my little pupper.
What? I thought it was Jack's channel.
We don't talk
Stop
about
saying it. I think it's if you look in a mirror and say it 3 times, it becomes true. So yeah, we will be having the season finale of Humblewood of Elements and Evil on Thursday evening, directly after Jack's amazing Deadfellas adventure. Karen and I will also be back tomorrow night, probably for some more Simulacra, I believe is what Karen is playing at the moment. She's going to try it again and see if she can get a better result this time around. That's what we're doing. Ellie B, who the heck are you?
It's a me, Ellie B. Sometimes I stream on my channel, sometimes I'm here, and sometimes I'm also on Jack's channel, which apparently is here, so, I'm just here multiple times. Yeah, no, that's me. That's
the
me.
joke. Just
That's what I do. Everybody.
All the best
Jack is
jokes
now
are like that. The more people who pile on, the better it is.
don't I look
I'm
like a
here
CEO?
so
I
much
totally
now.
look like a CEO. Totally. Yep.
No. Yeah, that's me. I do stuff occasionally, and
Sure.
go and be educational over on my channel occasionally, and talk about cybersecurity and e-safety and all of that fun stuff.
Cool. Excellent. Glorious. Alrighty, well, we should go away from here and try and find somebody to raid everybody. But before we do that, I need to mention our wonderful affiliated peeps. We have Wooten Forge gaming accessories. They create some of the world's finest handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories, like this beautiful Jarrah dice. Keep it there. Jarrah is an Australian hardwood. It's really beautiful things that come with a leather inlaid dice roller on the other side of it as well. And it's really strong magnets. You can hold it by the top and it just won't fall. Excellent thing. Really love it. I have a smaller one, which is my travel box, that is always in one of my bags, so I can never without at least 2 sets of polyhedral dice. Because you never know. And honestly, if you do have dice with you, you do find uses for them. So check out their stuff at woodenforge.com/Corsairs Cove. We are also affiliated with Troll Lord Games. Troll Lord Games are a bunch of wonderful folks who create other TTRPG systems like Castles and Crusades, Amazing Adventures, Starship Warden. They use the Siege engine, which is a clever pun, and also a gameplay system. We've had a couple of games of it over here on the channel. The wonderful Troll Lord Chuck came and ran one for us last International Talk Like Josh the Pirate Day. It was bloody good fun, and if you want to check it out, it's on our YouTube, !YouTube in chat. Hey, Shanahos, good to see you, buddy. We're actually just buggering off, Shanahos, but thank you for joining us, you bloody champion. Guys, the only other thing I do have to spruik is this link, what I am putting up right now. This is a link for the Ukrainian Action Appeal for refugees and people displaced by the war in Ukraine. If you do have any spare pennies in your digital wallet, please consider going and chucking a small donation, however large, over there. That would be bloody good of you. Thank you very much. Good hustle, folks. Yeah, I know, right? Isn't it lovely that Shano's still here? Shano has actually recently moved to Japan and is having an amazing time there, I hope. Yeah, a little jealous. Cool. So, guys, let us find somebody to raid. Eldritch Scribe and Rolling Together RPG are both doing reruns, and I'm like, I don't really want to drop you on a show that isn't running right freaking now. So let us go and say hi to Mike Moans. Mike is a mini painter from Manchester and a bloody lovely bastard. So throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat, tell Mike where you came from, show him the love like we always do, and we will see you same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow evening for some more Simulacra. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. Whee!